Hey, welcome back to Métropole Grid. My name is Andre. Thanks so much for tuning in. It is Thursday, February 12th, 2026. It is the year before official spoilers begin for Null Signal Games' upcoming Vantage Point set. It should start technically you'd hope it'd be in like 5 hours, but it's not. Usually we get them at like 8 in the morning Eastern Standard, and we're not going to be streaming that long. So tomorrow morning on the Null Signal Games website, I'm assuming we're going to see something pretty high level. Probably identities, which is good. I think we know there's 4 identities in the set. I'm pretty sure they confirmed that. But that's coming through, which is good. Turns out it's been a busy week. A lot of stuff to go through. I don't know why I'm opening on this page. This kind of spoils everything. How's everyone doing? Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yo, Delta Lambda, how's it going? It was the night before Scoops and all through the net. All the runners were stirring, all using Gauss. That is funny. I've done the riff on that multiple times in spoilers weeks, always in the description on YouTube, which I'm pretty sure nobody reads besides myself. So hey, good day, Backtrack. The quality of them is all over the place. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're just there. Hey, Jay, how's it going? I come from Scoopsmas Day. There are no scoops yet. Yeah, that's right. They promised. And it is that day in Jailand. So what we're going to do is before we shut down the stream in about 3 hours, we're going to just refresh the page 6 times. And on the 6th time, we will summon a new scoop, okay? Because we're not streaming on a Friday. I'm thinking maybe during scoop season to stream on a Tuesday. I don't know, even as soon as tomorrow, maybe Daily Casts is back. Jeff, if you're not familiar, does Daily Casts. I think it might start tomorrow. YouTube, Yasenger, and SC. For those who don't know, Jeff does this during spoiler season, as much as Jeff is soft retired because of having a kid and all that. But Jeff used to do daily casts where people from the community would join once a day, usually around 6 o'clock Eastern, to recap the spoilers. I don't know if it's starting tomorrow. I know Jeff has built the thumbnail and done the scheduling and all that, so that should be soon. But yeah, maybe as soon as tomorrow. These are always really fun, as much as I can't always watch them live, but watching the VODs is always really great. So link to that will be in the description if you're not subscribed to Jeff. Huge fan of Jeff. I'm here for APAC Worlds chat. I mean, we'll get to that. That's pretty cool. I like how they gave us a lot of time to like worry about that because it is a ways away and it is a far travel. More interest in the other news from Jeff, which is what? Solomir, how's it going? Like the new organized play stuff? It doesn't seem that substantial. Did I miss something? I forgot to send you the bingo sheet. Check your Discord DMs. Okay, Jai, let me check. Jai does bingo. I can't participate in it because I've already seen some spoilers. Jai, I don't see anything. Do I have to go into the pending thing? Because I never go. Oh, now I did. Okay, you said it before. Okay, hold on. Open in thing. Open link. All right, welcome to our bingo. This is bingo, link in the description. I think I can give a link to this. I'm not 100% sure. Otherwise, you can just take a screenshot of it. This is Jai's Vantage Point Scoop Season Bingo. Okay, certain things I do know, just so that we're on the same page. The way that Null Signal Games does it, if they hook you up with spoilers, they usually also hook you up with the cards that will be spoiled by the time Community Spoilers Week happened. So just to let you in behind the scenes here and maybe like, unfortunately, break some tension, there's a couple cards I already know from the upcoming set. All I can say is that. So a lot of this bingo I'm not gonna be able to participate in. So we'll just like be coy about it, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen more cards than you have. Okay. The idea is you're meant to get a lane. You're meant to predict which lane, column, or diagonal you're gonna succeed. Free is in the middle, so you want to generally anchor yourself around that. Let's go. Luminal Revolving Door. I'm assuming this means a ban again. That's really funny. I think there's a possibility there. And actually good tag ID, please. I'm assuming, okay, I think we know they're going to have 4 IDs. I think out of the IDs that definitely need support right now, NBN's a big thing. Like, I think NBN right now, Null Signal Games has to do a lot to support it. So I think that's a possibility. It also could be on the runner side for sure. But like, I don't think we're going to see HB tags. Wayland tags could be a thing, but I guess we have Bangoon, so that's kind of settled. I'm not 100% sure. Crim Killer, that's still worse than Echelon. Yeah, you know it. Bad support Prage. I think this is like, and I don't know if they've gone on record to talk about it, but this set is like, it's a weird set, right? Because this set is not part of a narrative cycle. And so it does seem like, from what we've heard from folks, that this is a set where we're going to be building out a lot of like ideas that are not fully formed in the card pool, especially because of the big rotation. So if you ask me, like, Stealth is a big one, and that's confirmed. Bad Publicity is definitely one, considering like regulatory capture is just like such a weird, what's it called? When you have a tail left from the animal that no longer has a tail. I forget the name of it. I use that word all the time. It's really great. But like Bad Publicity just doesn't functionally make sense. So making this card make more sense, I think, makes a fair bit of sense. So yeah, I could see that. In terms of other things that are not fully supported right now, I don't know. Everything else seems pretty good. Vestigial, that's the one. Yo, Lucy, how's it going? Only 4 IDs? I think they confirmed only 4 IDs. It's not a huge set, right? Like this is not an 80 card set like Elevation. This is like a smaller set. And so it has different design goals. Just got here, and of course there's a bingo card frenzy. Have to go on. We just got this. Hey, Judge S. I mean, I want to bring back cloud programs if possible. It was a cool concept. Yeah, that's another thing. I'd be surprised if it happens immediately, but like what to do with link and to do with like not traces, but link. Like cloud is a thing they could bring back, or where links matter. They're turning synchronous C streams. That is confirmed. So that's a good. You got your green check mark there. Where's Scoop? Hey, Wacko, how's it going? You're on Scoop Day too, aren't you? I just came in. I have no idea what even the topic. Soon, Milanomi, how you doing? Imagine Roughneck becomes good because of VP. Meteor. I'll be honest, I don't know if I love bad publicity in Modern Netrunner, and that's because I don't love removing bad publicity. I feel like it should not be possible to remove bad publicity, because bad publicity is like only fun if it's a permanent thing, if you ask me. Getting like right now, it's mostly like busted good ice. Like at least regulatory capture encourages you not to remove the bad publicity. I would love to see reasons to not remove bad publicity, but these sort of cards where you play a hyper slow glacier with like massive ice and then you just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna clear the bad publicity. You didn't run my Roughneck. Haha, you just lost 17 credits. Like that sucks. So I honestly forgot that this is a thing. But yeah, tune in tomorrow. Tomorrow is definitely gonna be the beginning of Scoops. I forgot about this card. This card's like not awful. Gyro, we're doing good. I ate so many pierogies. I am so sleepy and there's so much to talk about. So we're on cup of coffee. Hopefully you will. Unless the runner pays 8. That's good text. I don't see why not. This is technically a prime box because it's both on the diagonal. That's good. APAC at home. I think we're pretty sure we have APAC at home. I think one of the spoiler cards, the Anarch cards that we saw in the fan looks like it's APAC at home. That's at least the guess from the theme and the top text. Daily cast unban. This one I'd also say is a possibility. I feel like the spoilers team, or not the spoilers team, the SPT team is talking about unbanning stuff. I think unbanning daily cast is within the realm of possibility. There's a chance like just banning out all FFG reprints is worth something, but I guess we'll keep our sure gambles. New inmate in DreamNet Info Bounty Jail. Oh, like another like card like that gets banned out. I mean, potentially. I don't know what it would be right now. Like, I have no idea. I think the ban list is probably going to shrink, not grow. Like, it does seem like the set is designed to help unban things. More odd bullshit. I mean, that's guaranteed. Whether it has a trash can or not, it's fine. Motorcycle, I mean, pretty safe. Regenesis support. I think anything is Regenesis support. I feel like anything that puts a card into archives is Regenesis support. You could argue so many cards are Regenesis support. Like Plutus is Regenesis support. Like kind of, sort of. Hey, Izzy, how's it going? How's spoiler seasons? Threat X. I would be surprised if there's no threat cards in the set. I think these are good boxes so far. Event Recursion. Ooh, NSG hasn't done too much of that. I can only think of like 1 or 2 cards that does Event Recursion. That would be neat. For sure, that would be neat. Crim Yoink support, Cup, Detente, etc. Yeah, I guess. I don't think we know anything about Criminal, whether it has an identity or not. That's also an interesting thing too, is like this set might not be hyper focused, right? Like I think we've seen a couple cards already, and all the cards that we've seen don't specifically have a theme. Like this could just be a grab bag. So I don't know if that hurts or supports this, but it's fine. Mark, I don't think we're going to see Mark. I think actually Null Signal Games has gone out of the way to say that they won't see Mark. The only evergreen mechanic is Sabotage. I think they have soft confirmed that we won't see Mark again. We won't see Charge again. But Sabotage you can see again, and we have. But yeah. Res Plutus on their turn, then Kaku then scores a combo. It works. Regenesis has text. More ops bullshit should have been the free square. I said stuck. Plutus, Kaku, Regenesis is a whole combo. Yeah. I like Dividends. Dividends is cool. Dividends doesn't seem like a mechanic though. Dividends is just like a keyword that we had originally, right? It's like threat was new. Dividends was just another way to say like when you overscore this. It's fine. And honestly, it seems interesting. I like agendas having that sort of modal text seems kind of cool, as much as some of the dividends cards haven't really landed so far. Okay, Wayland Terminal Operation. Yeah, sick. That's fun. That's cool. FFG card, but dog shit. I don't think we're getting dog shit cards recently. Like, I don't know the last card that we've got that you can truly say is dog shit. Like, NSG is not interested in printing dog shit cards. No, they print some cards that are bad, and they also print some cards that are bad and uninteresting. That's usually breakers. Like, breakers usually fall in the camp of bad and uninteresting. But I don't think we've seen dog shit in a while. Flavor text by Moth. Oh my god, I forgot about how much I love the Moth flavor texts. For those who don't know, Scary Ice usually have Moth flavor texts where Moth sends in generally a named NSG person into a demise, which is always really fun. Stealth console. I'd be excited to see a stealth console, specifically if it's an Anarch, so people don't play Keiko all the time. Oh my god. Clot Nearprint, I think we'd be very excited about that. There's a couple cards that I think just are holes right now that did not get reprinted in system update, whatever our last system update was, and Clot is definitely one of them. It seems like if you listen to Safer and I want to say Jake, if I'm not mistaken, Synchrocyclotron has Clot in it, that they don't love this text. So it would have to be a bit more like weird and maybe a bit soft counter. But for what it's worth, like, oh my god, I would give so much for Claw in the modern format. There's so much Netrunner where corps are not interested in building remote servers, and it's genuinely terrible. FFG card but OP, I think that's way more likely. And Sandbox unban, I think that's one within the realm of possibilities for sure. I think it's okay. You could probably unban Sandbox. I guess the virus decks will get cooked. Hey, John. Capybara won't hold it against you? I mean, Capybara was more necessary back then than now. Because if you were that D-Res deck that wasn't real, like you had to deal with Anansi some way. I think this card will eventually be good if there's D-Res support and D-Resing Ice is good. But unfortunately, in the format, like interacting with Ice cleverly is not particularly good. Unless you play against like specifically RH, I guess. But there's so few matchups in the format. Like there's 3 main decks right now in the competitive standard, maybe 4 main decks in competitive standard. And this is a useless effect against 3 of them. So I do think it depends on what you're playing against. But I don't think this card is like dog water. It's just like not a necessary effect. Like this is a powerful card in theory. I don't know. Maybe that's a bit. You can't unban Sandbox because it's Ayoko buff. Why? The bypass deck doesn't want Capybara Sag. No, it doesn't. I would say right now it doesn't. I think this is more like to deal with tech ice, right? Like imagine there is some sort of like border control thing, right? Like some sort of ice that has text that's really relevant when you hit it, and then your deck really cares about that. Like you could see it. For what it was worth, that only mattered right now, or back then, excuse me, for Anansi. Because if you bypass Anansi, you got like really cooked. There's no card like text like this. Capybara is strictly worse than Hippo? No? Strictly worse? No, you can't say the word strictly. I don't think that word means what you think it means. It's not strictly worse. This is whenever. It's you may. It's not the outermost. You don't have to break the subroutines. They're different cards. The other one costs 5 influence. What do you mean strictly worse? It's rodent water? Yeah, it is. But capybaras are really cute. There's a capybara at the Montreal Biodome who has 3 legs called Tripod. Very cool capybara. I hope capybara is still kicking. Good capybara. Are you doing multiple bingo cards? Because I know there was a party in GLC making a bunch of bingo cards and I can share mine. Arquail, I had no plans. This is just sent by Jai because Jai consistently does this. If there's other bingo cards you want to share them, you can try. This like I can't play bingo because I know a bit more, but Capybara could have been Crescentus and suffered Hippos' sins. Oh, great. You said Crescentus and Pat is here suddenly. That's weird. Weird how that happens. That's going bad. This card is technically worse in some ways. Like you have to break the ice. It also takes up MU. But the fact is like that was support for the one ID that did not want to break ice, right? So it wouldn't make sense. Crescentus is a fine ability. I think we got instead, oh my god, I don't even know the name of the grenade. What's the name of that gas grenade, Mag Electric? Like, that's what we got, which is meant to be our Crescentus. I'm looking forward to seeing literally everybody in October. We haven't talked about that, Pat. What are you talking about? Cool. Jai, this is cool. I do think it should be possible to get a line. It'd be very surprising if there's not a line on here. Because these are not hard calls. I think there's only like 1 or 2 that are like, I'd be very surprised. Not that much of this is surprising. So, yeah. Sorry, we're nowhere near the news section. No, we're at the top. We have to do the deck list of the week and then talk about all the other tabs we have open. There's so many tabs this week. This week has been so busy and it's not even Vantage Point. I haven't even started on spoilers. It's going to take me my whole weekend. What am I doing? Okay, I think for the spoilers video, it's just going to be 5 minutes and it's just going to be me on my phone walking home. We'll just talk about stuff. Middle horizontal seems like a lock. Middle horizontal. Hold on. Where'd my tabs go? Oh, here we are. Moral bullshit lock. I would say motorcycle is the one that's like just up to the whims of NSG. Like you can't make any educated decisions about whether there's a motorcycle. But yeah, middle horizontal is good. There might not be a Crim Killer. That's the issue. APAC at home, I think is guaranteed. Free. Wayland terminal operation is not guaranteed. Oh, that's hard. I don't know. It's actually kind of tricky. Cheap viewers? Oh, that's amazing. Hold on. How do I destroy things? It's been a minute. Okay, you're gone. This is Andre. Here's my card. Donks into a pole. I mean, it would be so easy. It would be so easy. I want to say that I was putting some Rex together for beginner decks this week, and I remember that Sting died for Ayuko Sins. I was sad. Yeah, part of me, for like multiple reasons, wants Sting back, but I do think it does really matter with Ayuko. I don't know. That's such a simple card. We all know what the number X means, right? Just Andre walking around talking about nonsense and ends with a fade into the spoiled card, and it's like 37 minutes. I've not seen this ID before. What's the style that they go for? Jarjaros. Topan? At least one person has submitted to me a correct crossword answer for 8 across, so the scoop is out there if you have the brain for it. Yeah, so Lucy, I saw this. I opened it up during the countdown. I don't know what this is. Hold on, I should have a link here. So this is a cryptic crossword that Rigging Up put out. I haven't heard this with audio yet. Oh, you don't have to watch this. Hold on, don't look at the meat. It's just meat. Okay, we're back. So it's some sort of cryptic crossword. For what it's worth, I don't mess with cryptic crosswords, and it's like a skill set that you need to know. I don't know what it is. So these numbers in the columns, if I'm not mistaken, if it says 3,3, it means it's 3 letters, a break, and then 3 letters, I'm pretty sure. These are all Netrunner puns. I haven't listened to any of the audio, so I don't know what we're solving. But it's called a new identity and Vantage Point. Is this like a spoiler of the name of the new identity? How did this happen? If you jump like 80% of the way through, I can send you the February cryptic. Wait, this is for January? It's 14 hours ago. What's going on? So if I go forward, oh, okay. This is another one. So this is the one that actually has the identity in it, I think. Like, I'm not going to be able to do this, I don't think, unless I spend a lot of time. So I don't know what dots mean. So this says new identity Vantage Point. We hear 1.1.1.1. And this is 8 across, which is here. So it looks like it's an acronym. Oh, so it's an acronym. Okay, cool. So like NATO or any other thing, NASA, right? The problem is we would have to guess. We'd have to guess because we have to know what 4 or 5 is, and then these 2 letters do nothing. Can we do any of these? Lose curse, back in ice remote. I have no experience with cryptic crosswords, and from my understanding, there's like a language that people are familiar with, so it's kind of like a shorthand. You don't have to guess because of how cryptics work. How do cryptics work? Wait, what do you mean you don't have to guess? Yeah, maybe it is NATO. Maybe we just nailed it in one. Penniless Siachya eats one stylish bowl, ? 4. It's 13. Oh God, I don't feel good. Jump back to January and pick a clue. Oh, you solve it. That's good. We can all feel clever. So 6 down was young sheep stuffed with a fractor. Oh, I could have got that one. Lamb. Okay, 10 down was throw a party for a trick shot. I wouldn't have got that one. I feel like lamb was the easy one, and you took it away from me, so I couldn't do it. Evenly abort remarks to disable subroutine. I mean, this is not a good energy for me to start the stream on. I do not feel smart. Stuffed with a, add a into lamb to get lamb fractor. Young sheep stuffed with a fractor. I don't no, I get it. I'm in a room on my own. It's really quiet. The energy. That's sick. I will check it out. I'll try and do it. I'm not gonna be able to nail it. Even letters of abort remarks gives you to disable subroutine. This is something that's bigger in other circles. I don't know. I don't know anything about cryptic crosswords. Decklist of the week. We have so much news to get through. I'm excited for this decklist of the week because it is a Topan list. I feel like this is not the first time Topan has made the decklist of the week. It is the first time I played Topan this year. It might not be the last, which is good. Yeah, it's very much pierogi brain. I think that's a nice way to talk about it. Then immediately tried to learn cryptic crosswords live on stream. I only had a sip of coffee. 49 card deck Topan list. For those who are not familiar, Topan was one of the Anarch IDs that came out in the last set. There were 2 Anarch identities. This is one of them. Once per turn, spend a click to install a card from your grip, paying $2 less, and then you suffer immediate damage. You can't choose the card you're discarding. This is also only to install cards, which is cool because Icarus here like really leaned into that and then used cards that when you install pushes you forward, which is neat, nice, right? So the idea is that we're a knick-knack engine, so anything that we install technically can make value. Mind you, if they do unban daily casts, like Topan really wants daily casts, I think that's a really good inclusion in their deck. So the idea is that we're playing a bit of this engine, right? Like we're playing Principia, which you install maybe for 2, maybe for free, depending on your other installed programs. And then you can knick-knack it for 4 credits and a card draw. And that's kind of cool. One of the biggest problems with Topan is like Topan is very card draw hungry because every install takes 2 cards out of your hand. And that's not good. And I think that's one of the issues right now is that card draw in Anarch feels to be relatively metered around the fact that Hoshiko exists. And if the card draw in Anarch can be really good because things like Hoshiko exists, it's hard for Topan to find card draw that fits them well. That being said, Verbal Plasticity is really good in Topan because it is a 3-cost installable, so you install it for nearly free, and this is exactly what you want to mulligan into. This is what I'm worried about a 49 card deck. Like, I don't see why this deck needs to be 49 cards. And the fact that we have like really powerful build arounds like Knick-Knack and I don't know, I guess Verbal makes you really want to play 45 so you can get them as consistently as possible. Notably, also the 49 card deck with Ashen, and the deck doesn't look like it's particularly fast at getting through the deck. I do think 3 prices help a fair bit. So we'll see how often we have to play the Ashen, but we do have the button where you can just rip through the deck for sure. You know what could help with the card draw problem? DreamNet? Yeah, for sure. And I think if there's any way that like DreamNet comes back, it's probably on the back of banning Hoshiko, which like I wish it happened in the last release. So yeah. My brain cannot. World puzzle people are wild that their brains are powerful, but also not my brain. Took me a tad too long to dig up your email and my bingo card. Oh, Arquile. I don't know if you can share a link because I don't have my email open on stream. So it might be something that we'd have to do a bit later. 49 to help deal with the damage. I mean, it's not real damage, right? Like it's self-inflicted. And so it's not like damage only matters because you don't have cards in hand, right? Like if you have 45 cards and an Ashen, you'll still just play the Ashen, like you'll just get there faster. So I'm not 100% sure. Ashen's also a bit ugly because you can't play this card because you don't have liquidity. And that's another problem that Topan runs into is like liquidity is an issue because notice this deck is not playing Sure Gamble. Topan is technically not incentivized to play events because they can't interact with events with their card text boxed. This is not what was the Patchwork? Patchwork could play cards. This can't play cards. So we don't play any of like the Sure Gambles, which means like we might have a liquidity issue. Again, we won't have a liquidity issue if 2 things happen. We can find 2 knickknacks in 49, which doesn't seem guaranteed. And we can run a fair bit, which is also not guaranteed because the breakers in this deck are also really strange. They're not the breakers you'd expect. I'm not sure if there's some synergy here, like Abasu technically synergy, because it allows you to like trade cards from your hand for other cards. I mean, that's okay. It's not card draw. It just like does cycling. And I mean, your strike funds and your steel skins should be hitting with your ability anyways, but that's kind of cool. The problem is like, this is just not a good breaker, it seems. Particularly the breakpoints are really bad. The meta has a lot of 4 strength code gates. I think 4 strength code gates are some of the most important code gates in the meta right now. And this breaks 4 strength code gates genuinely terribly, like very, 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 very bad. So I'm not excited to play Abasu, but it's in the deck. It's also a 2-cost card, which is nice. We're also playing Boitada, and I don't think Boitada is the worst. For a while, this was really cool in Shaper. The issue is it's also 1 strength, and a lot of the sentries in the game are 1 strength. Now, you do break things cheaper, but the idea of breaking an enemy for 3 credits on a good turn is also kind of rough. This is if a card is trashed, if you trash it, but it's only an installed card. So you really need your knickknack for this to be good, and you need a knickknack target. And I don't know how consistently all these things can happen, but this is specifically an installed card, so it doesn't have Topan synergy specifically. You have to watch out for that. I don't know what you do for Reg Anarch. Like I'm assuming you import Echelon, you play Buzzsaw, and then you play like, you know, run-based reasons like for Leech. But then again, why are you not playing a Hoshiko deck? Principia, 3 of, like, that's cool. Again, I do think you need cards that you can install to get value, so this makes a bit of sense. It's not a really good fractor for most use cases. And we have 3 Rising Tides, which is like a lot of Rising Tides. I do think the beautiful thing with this is that you will get to a 6 strength Rising Tide at some point, and that breaks bronze. That's okay, I guess. But I'd be very nervous to play 6 fractors in the same deck, let alone once you Ashen, your Rising Tides become terrible, which is really, really funny. And let alone you can remove some of these from the game and never get them back. Topan unlocks if Titanium Ribs ever gets reprinted. There's a couple things you can do. I think you can do Titanium Ribs. I think if Topan just had a card that it said, whenever you take damage, first time a turn, draw a card. Like that's all you need. Unique resource, unique hardware, it costs 3. It says the first time a turn you take a damage, it costs 2, draw a card. If you have that, Topan now actually like is good. Just good. You can play Clan Vengeance. That would be busted. This card is absurd. This was banned for a long time. But like, you just need another payoff to do this. And ideally, my payoff would be an economy option. Like the first time you trash a card from your hand and gain a credit, or draw a card, or your choice. Like, you just need one piece that puts you like at right. Because what you do is really good. It's just like you don't have the card draw to do it. It has to be self-damage only. I mean, if it's not self-damage only, it's way stronger because it's like Onacom against Jinteki. So yeah, if you want to nerf it so it becomes more affordable, yeah, make it that it's self-inflicted damage, however you would call that. Onacom draws a card when you take damage if you squint hard enough. Yeah, but the problem is like, you don't want to play a lot of events in Topan. As much as Onacom Monarch Diogenes, how's it going, is so fun. The problem is like Topan is not incentivized to play a lot of events. Synthetic Blood reprint, is that exactly the text? How's it going, by the way, Kevin? I think you're very close to the text on this one. Yeah, it's actually the text. The first time you take damage, you turn, draw a card. However, you might want to say that a runner card does damage or something specific, but like this is exactly what you need in Topan. 3 cards is a bit expensive. Hey, Croy. Solidarity badge, but self-damage? Yeah, even if it was a badge that's like gives you a counter later, like that makes it less good to not dying now, but makes it still value. Like you just need, it's not that hard to print a card that makes Topan reasonable. I'm really excited to see how they make Phoenix reasonable. I think they had a lot of like time going into this upcoming set to really buff Phoenix and Topan, considering Banhar was banned. Not that I think Banhar made Phoenix that interesting. So I'm excited to see what the set will do for that. Titanium rooms, but with counters could be a fun near print. I don't know if you need to do with counters. Maybe you do, and it'd be fun on certain turns where you don't use the counter, you just think it's good enough, but yo, Game Droids, how's it going? 2 times I've seen Synthetic Blood this week since ShadowNet. Yeah, I listened to the ShadowNet this morning, which, yeah, this did come up, which is really quite funny. I think they had time, says the knower. No, I don't know. Like, I honestly, I have no idea. But I'm assuming there was enough time, right? Like, it seems like the set is a bit reactive to the meta, which means they probably, you know, saw things. Was trying to figure out what we were talking about. Potential Topan fixes, not broad scoop. Yeah, potential Topan fixes, because yeah, Topan definitely could use some support. Take damage to get a counter, spend 2 counters to choose what goes. Oh, that's way too slow. I think that's way too slow. ShadowNet was hilarious. The people that wrote in really, really well. What are your thoughts on a mini set of returning cards? Duckland, how's it going? Is that from like the article from the Lotus Eater? I think it's not a great use of time. I think small sets would be cool. More sets that are smaller, I think would be sick for this game. I think it's really bad for distribution. Like, that's not great. I think there's no reason to reprint old cards, really. Like, you might as well do something similar. I think some cards got reprinted directly because they had 2 sentences on them. You know, the Diesel versus Ritual thing. Like, that's kind of fun, honestly, how different it is. The Poetry Slam had me rolling. I can't believe they read all of that. They're just like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Something else, please. Topan seems really good. How's it going, Arash? Topan so far hasn't proven to be really good, but I think the bigger thing is there hasn't been a reason to try and prove Topan is good, because the other Anarchs are really quite good. And Topan doesn't really build into anything. Like, there's not a lot of cards that are Topan cards that would make you pursue Topan over everything else. So it's kind of hard. We do have a genetics resource in standard, so I might see some new ways that might benefit specific IDs. Verbal's a genetics, right? Yeah. See, the issue is that Hoshiko exists. Yeah, I'm not, yeah, that's a problem. Hoshiko is just really good. And Topan is not as consistent as much as like installing a card paying 2 less is a very good click. You just have to like replace your hand, and replacing your hand is hard when all card draw cards in Anarch have to be measured off of how strong Hoshiko can make them. I'm okay with Topan being a nightmare because Patchwork rules can be a nightmare. This seems easier than Patchwork though, is it not? I thought Topan had less edge cases. But I do like the rule of cool when it came to Patchwork, which is like, yeah, if you think it's sick, you can do it, as much as that was like really late meta. Shout out to Icarus for posting this list. This is neat. On that note, how do we win? It's always worth mentioning. I guess we win because we have 2 twinnings. This is the part that like frustrated me to no end when playing Topan, especially in early meta, is that we are playing Bling, which is cool. But when you play things like twinning, there's this like ugly anti-synergy once you get to the mid game. Where like for twinning, and we are running 2 Trickster Takas, which is a lot of Trickster Takas, at least the deck is 49 cards to some extent, is that you're really incentivized every turn to spend a counter on something. But the problem is if you use Paladin Puemo, or more accurately, you can't use Paladin Puemo when you're installing 2 cost cards with Topan. So there's certain turns where it's actually better to use your Paladin Puemo so you can get the twinning counter, and then you'd stop interacting with Topan. That probably won't be the case because at least we have Paladin and we have Fencer. We don't have Mystic, but again, we don't really run events. But yeah, that was always the frustrating thing, is like there's board states where it was better to do the other thing, which is like not touch Topan's text, because sometimes Topan's text did not give you 20 encounters. The reduced edge cases for Topan are a direct result of making their ability more rules friendly and more restrictive, I reckon. Specifically worded to avoid the patchwork problems. Yeah. Because you install the card, then take the damage. I don't think it's a huge difference. Besides, no, I guess it was, because patchwork allowed you to play cards you couldn't afford to install. It was kind of fun when you hit a strike fund. Hey, Lucy. You basically never have to pay more than 1 real credit to install Principia. Feels pretty sick. Yeah, but it's only good if you draw one of your 2 cards. And oh, hey, this is an opening hand. Wait, that's a sick opening hand. I'm surprised the deck doesn't have DZ, but I guess you don't need to when you're Topan. Mirror Morph. Okay, I'm assuming it's fast advance. Lucy Mulligan. Hey. All right, so we have Verbal, which is one of our best openings, but this is the worst problem. It's the cursed problem here. Is any of these cards, if we use Topan on turn 1, we have a chance of losing forever. So my guess is we install Verbal, and then we Topan Knickknack and hope it hits the Gourmand. Because Paladin is really good turn 1, Bling is really good turn 1, but these 2 are so important that we can't risk taking the damage here. We really can't. The Lotus Eater blog post was an interesting read about, but seemed pessimistic. He made it sound like the game is less people getting into it, but I had a hard time making that fit into my second biggest worlds. We'll come back and talk about it in a bit, Zelty. I don't fully agree with it, but I see where the points are coming from. But it's interesting to talk about like whether the design change did bring people into the game or not. And I don't think it did. Not obviously. Actually, no, that's not the case. Sometimes it did. Miller, how's it going? Always excited to catch on stream live. What's on the docket tonight? We got a lot of news to talk about because they announced Worlds and all that sort of stuff. Hopefully you're feeling better, huh? Patrick also lets you quickly trash Strike Fund. Yes. Yeah, that was really good. Just got lucky. Tron, how's it going? I don't want to. I'm worried. Okay, so Mirror Morph didn't do anything. This looks like either it could be Acid Prison, but I'm assuming Lucy's going to play Fast Advance combo. So the most important card we ever have to trash is Wage Workers, as much as it's not really a Mirror Morph card. So I'm going to install the Verbal. And then we're going to hit the Knickknack and hope for the best. We, in theory, could Verbal first. It actually might be better to Verbal first. Yeah, that's much better. Then we'll Topan, so we'll install the Knickknack, taking 1 damage. We lost a second Verbal. We are so good. We can run here, but there's nothing to Knickknack besides the Verbal. So I think we just put down the Paladin. The Paladin will install the Bling next turn for 1 credit. I mean, I don't even think it does that. Like, I don't know what to do. Antoine, how's it going? I guess we install the Gourmand and wait, but like, I think we have to price for like, hopefully a Principia next turn. No, Tom, we have an auto uniced, prototype iced. Okay, auto will go down eventually, maybe only for 2 credits. I don't know if I said hi, Antoine. Were you there on Tuesday? I wasn't able to make it on Tuesday. There's a G&K here. Okay. We'll see what the face check is. Prototype, make 3 Mirror Morph for a credit. So we could face check this. Our breakers are not good, right? Like we're not playing Botulus, which is surprising. It's a really good 2-cost card. So for us to have the ability to interact with this ice, we have to go through 49 card deck, find the right breaker, and then have the money to interact with that ice. I'll be honest, I don't think we can do that. Like, I'm not sure we can find one of our 2 Abisus, install it, and then break, what's it called? A Scatterfield for 5 credits. Like, it's not going to happen, I don't think. So we have to decide. I think we're going to just Verbal first. So when we draw 2. Okay, these are fine. Fencer Fun was good. With the auto campaign, we can just let it go and run HQ, I guess. And the pleasure of dying to Diogene playing Shell game. I was triple mitosis. I'm like, I'm good. We have nothing to sell here. So like we could Topan the Bling. Like we got the Knickknack down. I guess we'll price. We have 1 credit, so we can hit a Principia. Nice. Steel Skin, we draw 2. So it's Gourmand, Coalescence, and one of our 2 breakers. If we lose this breaker, we'll have 1 decoder. So I feel like I want to install this breaker. But if we install Coalescence, it's 6 credits. Like, it's more responsible to install the breaker, but this is also 6 credits. Surviving, well, thank you for the well wishes. Same symptoms I've been having, chest pains and funky heartbeat. Oh, I'm so sorry, but the doctors aren't panicking, so I'm good. Lots of doctor visits, lots of tests to try and iron out what's on. Plenty of time to watch Netrunner streams in the waiting room. I'm glad your healthcare has been as good as it should be. It's cowardly to install breaker Ian. I don't need encouragement. I know it's cowardly. I agree with you. It's cowardly. This seems so much more fun. All right, that's good. So we want to install one of our companions. We can run HQ. This deck has like privileged access in it, which is pretty cool. We can practice the breaker. Yeah, you're right. We can practice the breaker once we're at threat 3. That's cool. Stall cold, then run to Scatterfield. Like, I didn't want to pay 5 anyways, let alone we wouldn't be able to. So we draw here, we're going to have too many cards in hand. We haven't Topan, right? We haven't Topan, so we should probably Topan here. So I guess we Topan the Boitada, or we Topan the Buffer Drive. I guess we Topan the Bling. What are we Topaning? Let's run HQ first, because we might draw another card. Oh, we're going to draw 2 extra cards here. We have 2 Buffer Drives in this deck? Shell game in person, so much fun. I mean, I'd rather play Cockroach Poker. Yeah, we have so many gourmands. Okay, this we can destroy. So Boitada. It's very expensive at breaking a drafter. I think we can do the bling. It will discard a card though. I mean, this deck doesn't have Lagu either, which I feel like it could with 2 Buffer Drives. So we'll hit the Buffer Drive and just don't hit a Privileged Access. We hit a Paladin, that's fine. We'll throw out a Rising Tide. Rising Tide we can install and then draw, it's fine. This turn was way different than I expected. Topan, blind click 1 would have been my route. I don't remember it was in our hand turn 1, so I couldn't remember. Shell game with someone I know really well is what made me fall in love with Netrunner. I just wish like it wasn't if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. What is Cockroach Poker? Cockroach Poker is a way to like... it's a bluffing game which like you just put a card on the table and say, this is what this is. And someone has to guess whether it is or not. It's like very reductive. It's a fun game. People enjoy it. But it's what I call Netrunner when it just comes down to that. All right, so we want our HQ because auto campaign's going to pop off. She has 14 credits, so I don't know how we're going to stop her credits. This could be a Spin Doctor. We want to run HQ, I think, like 4 times here. We could get a Fencer down. I might install the Boitada for 1 just to trash it, but like this doesn't feel good. So let's Topan the Bling and see what happens. Nice. Nice. Do we sell the bling? I want to be running more, but we're not actually incentivized to run here. We can't really sell anything. Maybe we sell a Buffer Drive. I don't think we need the money. Maybe this is a Spin Doctor and that'll be bad. Cockroach Poker seems like a card game that you would see in a philosophy board game textbook. Like I played it and I still don't feel real. It doesn't feel real. All right, we got the Untaian. That's good. Let's see what happens here. The warm reception. Okay, cool. We're meant to run HQ 4 times. The deck is playing you. I know, but like you thought I wasn't going to do the cool interaction points. Like, yeah, 100% we were meant to run 4 times that turn. Of course we were. But we got 3 free installs and shit. All right, Lucy has 4 clicks left after drawing. This is a warm reception. That's the most important card to run is server 3. Oh, but she can't score this turn because she warm reception. Why is she warm reception this turn? We're about to go to prototype jail. I mean, I don't think I care that much. Like, we're just gonna Topan them away. I don't think shell game with someone you don't know feels much worse, especially over JNet. Yomi's intoxicating. I mean, I'm just not convinced we're making choices usually. Yeah, okay, it's prison. Cool. So what are we putting on top of our deck? Verbal's probably worse for us, honestly. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we're not done doing stuff? All right, so we just have to trash everything. I think we'll put Fena down because we'll install... I forgot that was gonna happen. Wait, that's hella cool. Hold on. We're cooking. We'll install this. Buffer Drive. We're meant to be running 4 clicks here. We shouldn't have done this. We're meant to be running 4 times. What are we doing? We're meant to be running 4 times. Oh, that's good. That's so funny that happens. So we just have to take down the warm reception. That seems bad for me. I mean, it seems okay. On sell and HQ, that doesn't do anything. Then we have to take down this. I don't care about the front company of Charlotte. This is the one that's really annoying. This draws a card. Oh, oops. That's fine. We're fine. How's it going, by the way, D? I haven't played Cockroach Poker in a really long time, and I remember just not liking it. I don't like games where all I have to do is lie. The only thing is lie. You call it bluffing. I call it lying. Yeah, so this is prison assets. Fun. So we run this. We have to just click through most of it, if not all of it. We have a good chance of winning. We have to trash everything into making a random R&D run. Yeah. But we had to run centrals because of the front company, right? Like that was part of the plan, right? Like we had to. I wasn't gonna run archives because we would die. I can't run HQ. Here we could probably run HQ. We have no ice destruction. Like imagine breaking this with a Boitada. It can't be cheap. I don't like cockroach poker either, but I really love games that feel like they dilute a genre into its exact constituent parts. See, also Mao. I don't know what Mao is, but you're right. Cockroach poker is just like, hey, do you want to have a game where you lie about cards? That's all it is. I guess there's some like deck check or like card counting, I think. Yeah, the front company is the reason. Yeah, 100%. All right, so we're not running HQ anymore. What is price here that we hit here that we're happy about? I honestly think we tank 2 damage running archives. Oh, there's an Eero. Yeah, Eero into front company is not super sustainable, but it's not the worst. So we can add one to the bottom. It's Blink, Hannah, T400 Memory Diamond. I mean, Hannah's fine. We'll put the Ash on the bottom. We'll install the Hannah, which draws on Bling. We have a twinning here, but it's really hard to charge. I think we run archives and just take 2 damage. I don't care about this hand. This doesn't kill us, right? Yeah. Man, I want to sell these cards. Skull is a fun game. I do like Skull though. I think Skull is great. I think I sell the buffer drive. I don't care about this. Nice. What did we lose? We top decked immediately a Bling and lost it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I like Skull a lot better. Skull is just more fun. It feels less nasty. So sorry, we'll Hannah this and then we'll run Charlotte. I think we care about buffer. I don't know. I feel like we're close to winning. This one is 2. Charlotte is Charlotte. I think we'll just pay 2. Gourmand draws a card, which is nice, but this is just 1. Andre lost in the value engine. I mean, I'm destroying the value engine. Whoa, she's letting us have this. She's gonna oppo us? All right, I'll Gourmand that, I guess. I think I like Liar's Dice gets you the same feeling, but less time going around. I don't think I've ever played that one. I know Skull gets weird when you have 1 card left. Do you think there's a random measured response? If there is, we die. Like, I don't think it's worth playing around. I'm assuming this deck is spending its influence on like front companies and other stuff, powers that be, cohorts, stuff like that. So I wouldn't play around it. Yeah, it looks like the deck's on 3 Charlottes too. So whatever. We'll just run HQ and triple click. Are we knickknacking something? No. Are we? No. Why is this mirror? I have no idea. Self fencer for 1 card. So we don't want to install a card. We don't do that. We just let this go through. We likely win on this run. Oh, that's why. Cold sight. So this is most of our money. Sell the Bling. It might be right, actually. It might have been right there to sell the Bling. I mean, this in a server is bad. I don't want to trash it. We'll have no money and we're not gaining any money because we didn't install Fermenter. Like, I don't think she needs this to do anything. She can put this on HQ though. Yeah, that's a problem. She puts it on HQ. Worth it to trash? I think it's probably worth it. Like if they're playing this, there's probably some gross interaction you don't know about. The cool interaction with this card is you can de-res it with prototype, or sorry, warm reception, and then it keeps its counters. Like that's like the cool thing. Is that if you prototype this, it stays down. We had a big chance of winning on centrals there on HQ. She didn't have a lot of cards. All right, she's gonna res a front company. Yeah, so that's why our money matters. All right, I'm okay tanking the damage here. These cards don't matter too much. Fermenter is good though. I guess we should draw first with Verbal. Yeah, this is our last Abasu, but like we just don't have credits to use it. So we run archives and we just check all 3 of these. In theory, we should have a credit here, so we have to sell the Bling. So we lost the 3rd Rising Tide. I mean, that's fine. Untaian, server 6, server 7. There might just be an agenda on the table. Yeah, there you go. Good game. Yeah, hand had salvo testing and send a message. For sure she was flooded, right? Like no agendas were going anywhere, no spin doctors. First Hannah resolution? Auto? Wait, sorry? Hannah? The thing is, like, how good was Topan? Topan probably saved us, like, yeah, that tracks. Topan probably saved us. We can check. It just doesn't feel as good as Hoshiko. Yeah, no spins. Yeah, the turns where like she didn't build up the board state are really suspicious because her deck should be mostly assets. So when she's not putting 3 assets on the table, it means her hand is cooked. So the turn that we ran HQ is probably agenda, cold sight, and we hit the cold sight. Beans. Like, how often did Topan fire? So what is Topan's text? Topan or Mas. Oh, I need a colon. Hold on. Topan or how much money do you think we saved on Topan? Does anyone want to make a guess? Because here we go. 2, 4. Hold on. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 credits. Like 8 credits in a 7-game turn or 7-turn game doesn't feel terrible. You see what it does to her hand though. Like we never had options and we were just literally running archives for 2 net damage because it seemed better. But yeah, I think Hoshiko would have been better for us in this game. Our installed cards, like the knickknack we got in turn 1, it honestly wasn't that good. I think this deck does not have as many targets to knickknack as you'd assume it does. Maybe because our opponent is making us do things on most turns that we can't just like draw, install. But like we don't have simul chips, we don't have muses, and not playing those makes knickknack a fair bit worse. That being said, it's cool to be able to like rip up your own board state in an anarch way. Hey, good game, Lucy. Deck is prison, but I flood instead of drawing prison cards. Yeah, Topan doesn't feel as good as Hoshiko because you have to make decisions about playing the deck or playing the game. That's not a bad thing. Hoshiko's just a problem. Yeah, I think that's a really good way of describing it. Hoshiko allows you to play the deck while playing the game. Topan, you have to decide this turn I'm playing the deck, this other turn I'm playing the game. And you could really see the tensions on certain turns where it's like, I'm going to have to do verbal with my first click. Then I'm going to have to do stall because I want to use Topan. Then I'm going to have to use bling because the card's not good. And then it leaves you 1 click to interact with the game state. And that's kind of the problem. It's like the Topan events, like Topan doesn't want to play run events. So it's hard to use your board to interact. And that's like the coolest thing about knickknack abstractly is that it allows you to run and interact and then use Topan for further value. But like if you had a card that made runs, I don't know. The Anarch Daily, I mean, Daily makes you interact to do your thing, which I think is so much more satisfying because you get to like play Netrunner while doing your stuff as opposed to like play solitary. Still, it was fun. It was like, I think maybe more fun than Hoshiko. Oh, no, swap sides. We had to make some cool decisions. Interesting, you got a list. Kosyoski, how's it going? We're playing the deck list of the week. So if you just go to Netrunner DB, we're playing the list on the front page, no changes, which is Icarus's 1.0's list. We always start the streams by playing the deck list of the week. The deck list of the week, mind you, is not like the best deck list or like anything of note besides that people have interacted with the most. Usually that means it's either a very good list or a very interesting list, or there's like so many reasons. This is definitely an interesting list. Not saying it's not a good list, but just a lot of people are confused. Like what makes the deck list of the week? It didn't have to win a tournament. It's just like a thing you can do. Hey, all right. Duckland does want us dead constantly. Best of luck, have fun. So we have Abasu, which not too many code gates we have to deal with in an AU code list. So not a priority. Again, our breakers are really bad. Trickster Taka, I don't love this because you only want to install this when you have things to break and install your breakers. If you look at our hand, we have no money in sight. So installing Trickster Taka, installing a breaker, and then using money to break doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I don't want to keep this. Like the only cards we care about in this hand are Praxis, which is sick, and Steelskin, which is sick. If we can mulligan into a Fencer Fueno, into a Gourmand, into a Bling, all those stuff would help for sure. By the way, did you see corp win rate recently, the districts and the AMT? No. I know there was like 3 districts this last week, and I haven't looked at any of the stats. I think we could. Convince your testing group to brigade NRDB to rig the deck with a week in your favor. 81% op win rate at Birmingham district was wild. Yeah, I mean, I don't love this hand. It's like just verbal, but it's not like we have sure gamble or anything to open into. So I think we'll keep it. It's fine. But I think, like, do we want to install a Boy Tada to break 3 credits for Anemone? It just doesn't feel like something you can do. This is the board states where you want to Shiko so bad. Okay, so we'll do the thing that we'll do. So none of these cards matter, so we can just rip verbal. So we'll Topan down the verbal. We've saved 2 credits. We lost the Abasu. Totally acceptable. We could face check here with 3 cards in hand and a Steel Skin. We're likely to draw. If we run into this ice, Duckland will probably get some AUCO counters. It's not likely that she can get 2 AUCO counters if we don't interact, if we trash server 1. So let's draw once. All right. Paladin is our last click install. So we'll run server 1. Hopefully we'll trash like a bladder ward, something that prevents. It's a cohort. Fantastic. That means this is probably another cohort. If Duckland iced up the bladder ward and not the cohort, like that's kind of twisted. This card is way better and easier to trash. So we'll install the Paladin, I guess. As much as it doesn't really do anything with his hand. Yeah, 2 cohorts make sense. So we denied an AU co-fire this turn, which is good. What does this Topan deck spend its influence on? 2 buffer drives, 1 Ashen, which is already pretty wild. We're a 49 card deck. It's running 3 Principia and 1 Coalescence and then Knickknacks. I think that's all the influence, which like, that's cool. That's an interesting engine and a cool way to like make installs work for you. All right, we're already bankrupt. Hey, hola Lunari, how's it going? We'll draw. I guess you just click that button. None of this helps. Like, yeah, we have a big liquidity issue. Oppo, yeah, Oppo would be pretty bad if Oppo hit us. Oh, it did hit us. She Oppo'd us. I feel like Jane Edge probably like flashed real bad yellow screen for a minute. She did Oppo us. If I realized that, I don't know if we would have even drawn first click. We probably would have just done credit, clear tag. Yeah, I didn't realize we were Oppo'd. Whatever. It is what it is. I wouldn't have drawn there if we're Oppo'd. Abasu value? I mean, Abasu value in the bin. Abasu value would be bad. I didn't see we got Oppo'd. Yeah, this is bad. She only has 1 card, so it's not likely to actually convert into anything. We probably can consider running down this cohort. We'll need 2 credits. I think we actually do credit run down the cohort. Like now we just need to put her on the back foot. Like we have a steel skin, so no face check is really bad. If she raises a bow too, it's like game over for her. Anemone, fine. Are you going to throw out your 1 card? Sick. Ooh, Gourmand Blink. She has counters. Okay, so cards in hand actually does kind of matter because Mindscaping does too. So I'm just going to install the Gourmand and chill. We're likely not to die this turn. If this is a Spin Doctor, I guess that's the last. I guess she is looking at a lot of cards here. But with only 3 credits, it's unlikely. She needs to draw money, end of the line, and... Oh, I guess she had petty cash. And yeah, so this is what we die to, if anything. But she needs money plus both end of the line and Mindscaping. Yeah, I mean, cool. That's fine. All right, what's in the server that matters? We've seen 2 cohorts. We could run archives because this could be a Regenesis play. Nana is yelling from the other room. I think we Topan down this verbal first and draw. Because this card's actually important. We install it for free, which is nice. This is the issue, is like checking this matchup. In this matchup, it's so important we keep cards in hand. So we're installing this verbal plasticity, losing a card in our hand to save 1 credit, let alone 2 credit. Like in this situation, 2 credits, but it could be 1 credit. Like we should just probably install verbal because it's not a connection, which is kind of cool. With Paladin, the issue is we can't. So instead of drawing a card, we can click for a credit. This is where like Paladin, I really do not like Paladin and Topan decks because it makes you really question what is Topan actually doing here. And here Topan is not doing a lot. Verbal get trashed next turn. I mean, if she trashes it for 3, it's totally fine. It stops her from trashing the Paladin. Like she doesn't have a lot of money. I think our goals here is run archives. Just find a fermenter. So I think that's what we have to do. It's a good question to be asking though. So is the Paladin is worth it? Wait, what do you mean? Can you explain yourself a bit better? I think we just do credit Paladin. Draw, run archives. 3rd Paladin, very funny. What's Topan doing here when I am my Topan? Yeah, that's the Topan issue. Why am I Topan? So in theory, she could feed us agendas and then hope to draw her end of line. Looks like there was something in there. So maybe this is a Regenesis. If she doesn't do anything with it, this turn is probably Regenesis. But we could die here. She would still need to draw an econ card and then an extra tag punishment piece. Because her combo is 5 credits and 2 cards. It looks like it was a Regenesis. What's it on top of? I don't know. Could be Holloman. Could be that Mitra. But like, we got to start checking stuff. I still think we run archives here. None of these cards matter. We have no economy. We need to find our fence or find out we draw. I guess we Topan the Coalescence. That's actually kind of sick. Lost the twinning, acceptable. Run archives, run one of these servers. A hand would be good. It's like the matchup of Seb versus Synapse. I mean, that's a cursed matchup. This is, I wouldn't say cursed. This is clumsy. Found the spin? Getting flushed out. Okay. We're getting more and more likely to die. We could take a turn to clear the tags, but not sure if it's good enough. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So it's not an agenda, obviously. Well, we made the bad run there. If it was a Bladderwort, we would have trashed it, which means she would not have gotten to Ayuko. So really bad 50-50 we lost there. Actually, like very significant 50-50. And now these Principias are really bad. And like this card is straight garbage until we find one of our 2 cards. Okay. So Bladderwort probably has to go down. So I think we're just going to draw. Okay, Steelskin is good. And then we just run 3 servers. I think we'll just do 7 a random one and then Bladderwort. Powers that be. This one actually is kind of worth trashing. She could be on 2 1s. This deck spends influence on coal. It only spends 1 coal, but it's 3 Principias because it has 2 knickknacks in it. Which, like, I get it. Bladderwort, okay. So if this is an agenda, so be it. We'll discard Principia because it's no good. And I guess the last verbal? No, if she trashes it, we can install it, but then, yeah, it's still fine. I mean, Price could get a Fermenter. I don't see us installing this Boitat and using it. Like, I don't think it would keep it. I'll just take net damage. It's fine. If all it is an enemy is installing your factor is not that important if you play Anarch. As soon as there's a Siphon done, we'll say something different. But like an enemy, you don't break it. We've already lost. I mean, probably. We're just in the like wait for her to find the death package. But like maybe because of that, we shouldn't deal with the board. We didn't run the agenda on the table, and it's a longevity. Oh, our remote runs have been so bad. Discard buffer, you got 2. Yeah, but it's a thing that we'll install next turn with Paladin if we don't need anything else. Because we have no good installs. Maybe that's the reason why I keep Boitata. Can't believe we missed the longevity on the table. That's awful. Okay. All right, so Server 9 is a card from Archives, right? Oh, it's a Bladderwort. Oh, right, because it's not a face down. This is not the cheap one. So that's not good. So if we want to deal with the Bladderwort, Ayuko's halfway through the deck and we have no board. I mean, that's what we expect. We just have to win off singles. I guess I'll draw. I think we can take 1 Bladderwort hit. Like, she's going to Ayuko no matter what. That's good. So I guess we'll install the buffer drive because it's free. This is where I mean, like, the Paladin means why Topan. It's better than Topan, it feels. I think we'll just run HQ twice. Increased complexity. I mean, yeah, that's bad. She does have the money. She'll have 4 credits, so she can do credit and align Mindscaping. Yeah, we actually have a chance of dying next turn. We probably should have cleared the tags this turn. We're hoping that the Strike Fund gets hit at some point. Actually, with the Steel Skin and Strike Fund, at least the Steel Skin, we're relatively safe to the combo. Actually, like hitting a what's it called? A 5-3 here would be pretty bad. Okay, we're not doing anything. Practice is kind of cute. Did we lose a Fermenter yet? No. Price? I don't know what the price gets us. Like, I'm not 100% sure what the price gets us. Like, what card do we install that gets us out of this? Like, maybe a knickknack? I think it's definitely worth holding on to. I think she'll stop trashing our verbals and probably just try and kill us. Sure, why not? Coal? We only have 1 coal. It's on the table. We can't get another coal. Yeah, the deck is on 1 coal, 3E. Hannah would be good. Hannah would be really good. Even Fencer Fueno would be fine. I don't love playing price for Fencer Fueno. T400 plus a Steel Skin in the price flip? Hey, Jordan, how's it going? Does this deck have T400 in it? I don't know if we need T400. It does help us not die a bit. Ugh. Like, this is what I mean. Like, this is a sort of Netrunner where like, you win this by having economy. Like, you win this by having more money. This deck does not have more money. And so this, like, it creates this feeling where I'm unable to interact in an intelligent way. And it like is so frustrating. I don't know why this is. It's something that I like. I think it really shapes what sort of decks I'm excited to play. But finding yourself in a situation where you have to be like, hey, buddy, you're powerless now. Like, oh, it feels so bad. And that's why you always overtech with money. No botchless? Yeah, there's no botchless. We haven't installed a breaker and used it yet, so we've been okay. But yeah, there's no botchless. All right, we got, oh, it's bad. It's not good out here. So we hit the price, which we can't. Rising Tide, Gourmand, and Boytad. I guess we'll put Boytad on the bottom and we'll install a Gourmand. I mean, we should be dead at any point now. That was a bad price. Bladderwort. I mean, okay. We have no money. Why are we checking these? Like, we need a Topan to install the Rising Tide and hope we hit the Strike Fund. Okay, let's see if she trashes it. We should be dead here. She has 4 credits. There should be a spin doctor on the table. She's seen more than half of her deck. Okay, cohort. Doing his best Matt Damon at the end of the Parted impression. It's been such a long time since I've seen that film. Hopefully it's like, he's in a good mood and he's real happy. I feel like we just 4 clicks credit out of desperation at some point. No, because our opponent is like doing way more than click for 4 credits, right? Like every turn that we're not interacting, Ayuko snowballs, right? Like she's drawing 4 cards a turn. We probably should clear the tags. Oh, we didn't run the agenda on the table. Oh, what is this? What happened? What's going on? Oh, a small hybrid. Oh, it just killed me. Okay, great. Yeah, like this is the issues. If we click for 4 credits, now we have to deal with double cohort, bladderwort, powers that be FUT. It's like, I don't know. It feels so bad. Yeah, we might throw our old rifle into the cornfield on this one and start talking about some news. Because all we can do here is she doesn't kill us, she just trashes her. Like, I would be so much more happy to be flatlined than just losing our genetics. This is so weird. This is so bad. Yeah, I think all we're gonna do is hammer centrals, and just if we win, we win. The problem is like she's been putting agendas on the table, which like power to her. If we hit now an oboe, it is, what is it, 4 damage? Like it's gonna be bad. Praxis needs to clear the tag. Oh yeah, we can't even Praxis. That's really funny. Yeah, we're just gonna run R&D, run HQ, concede. Oh wow, we could die out of nowhere. All right, they're angry. Yeah, she's on Mitra, cursed. Thanks for the game. Oh, I wasn't meant to concede. I honestly was meant to end turn because I think she dies. We die on her turn. I'm pretty convinced we die on her turn. We take 2 bladderworts and she just has to score an agenda. We die. I didn't mean to concede there. Yeah, that's, I don't know. I don't think you want to play against assets like this. Yeah, it's weird how they can trash our genes. Mindscaping, Oppa, Research, Regenesis, Spin Doctor. Yeah, so the hand is going to do 4 damage on this turn because we didn't clear the tags once. But like, yeah, we have no liquidity. We didn't draw what's it called? A fermenter. And our ability, I think, fired once. Topan or Mouse. 4 credits this game. Cost us 2 cards, saved us 4 credits. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. We died to Mindscaping? We died to Mindscaping on this hand, yeah. We died to Cohort. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to concede. I wanted to actually end turn because we died to Bladderwort into Mindscaping for sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, if you don't play Econ, this happens to you. Don't let this happen to you. Play Econ. All right, let's talk about the news. Sorry I got a bit down there. Again, when I can't interact with the game, I get frustrated. It's fine. How's everyone doing? Shout out to like posting a Topan deck, like very, very cool. I think it's interesting. I'm very excited to see what Topan will do in the future. I do think there's some cards you could print or some cards you could ban to make Topan more interesting, but let's talk about some news. All right, some big news came out this week. Some pretty big news. And also, games have been pretty busy. Mind you, I'm just gonna hit a refresh because it technically is the 14th or 13th some places. Okay, nothing. It's worth something. Worth a shot. Announcing the 2026 World Championship. We're stoked to announce the location and the date of the 2026 Netrunner World Championship. This year, the event will take place on October 2nd to 4th at Palais des Congrès in Montreal, Canada. Hold on one second. Yeah, it's still out there. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening here. It's happening. It's like a 20-minute bus ride. The Palais de Congrès is like it's relatively close to where I live. The closest the world has ever been, which is really damn funny. Located in the heart of the city, Palais de Congrès is a convention center within a 50-minute walk from dozens of delicious restaurants and many attractions, including the Old Port, Notre Dame Basilica, Place des Arts, and more. I work at the Place des Arts. It's really, really quite close. It's fully connected to the metro system and underground city, which means you can get to and from the venue without setting foot outside. Yeah, it seems like the chance of Worlds 2026 Montreal at the end of Continentals did work. I know that we had conspiracy theory section earlier this year talking about how there was no major events in this part of the world, missing that there was a mega city in Toronto. But yeah, my guess is that Null Signal Games, for many reasons, did not want to have folks travel to the States because a lot of people wouldn't be comfortable wanting to do that. Admittedly, as much as traveling out of the States might also be an uncomfortable situation for many as well. So Canada looks like it was the choice. Obviously, super excited about that. If you haven't been to Montreal, maybe you're here for Continentals. It is kind of an incredible city. Montreal in October is not the hottest. It's definitely not the coldest, but it is just kind of the best. Palais de Congrès is like, it's the big convention center. So like any major convention like Montreal Comic Con, they all happen here, which means that this is probably very expensive. Like my guess is that this is the most expensive booking for any world space to date. That is probably the case. Now, Palais de Congrès has like a really big map. We looked at booking Palais de Congrès for Continentals, but it's like totally outside of our price range. But it has like massive, massive spaces, like high ceilings. It is a convention hall. So they do all sorts of things in there. You can book smaller rooms, bigger rooms. I don't know which room NSG booked, but this is not basement. I think that conversation came up in the ShadowNet. This is not basement. This is like convention center vibe. So it's not hotel basement. This is a convention center. Palais de Congrès is a convention center. It's not a hotel. This exists to host big events, thousands and thousands of people events. All the major events here, so like Flesh and Blood World, with the world revealed, the last Flesh and Blood set happened at Palais de Congrès. Massive Magic Gathering tournaments with thousands of people happen here. It is the place to do big things in Montreal. It is like the best venue for this. I haven't been to an event in the space since Montreal Comic Con when I was in university, but it's huge. It's like, it's massive. It's massive. It's massive. It's massive. To show you on a map where it is. Praying for natural lights. You don't get natural light in the space itself because it's a convention center, but like one wall is pretty well known because it has all this light. You are on good access on all sides. So I'll show you the map, but yeah, you're gonna have to go somewhere to get natural light. There's not gonna be natural light within the space is my guess. We'll see. Visit Escaparium. Oh my God, D, my brother in Toronto, so I might try to visit him too. I'm excited to Montreal. It's during fall break at university. We'll try to take a full week. D, if you want to plan an escape room, go to Escaparium. The escape rooms in Montreal are buck wild, like 2.5, 3 hour adventures with multiple actors doing improv at the same time. The sets are incredible. It has like literally some of the best escape rooms in the whole world in Montreal if you want to plan it. Now, Escaparium is in Laval, so you have to travel off island a bit. It's going to take a bit of a commute, or like someone has to borrow a car. But yeah, if you want to come for escape rooms, oh my God, Montreal absolutely slaps. Let me catch up on chat. Already looking at flights from AOS. Zook, how's it going? I can't recommend it enough. Hold on. We're already scattered here, but I do want to say this the same time that I say everything. Firstly, if you can travel for Netrunner events, if you're watching this and you are a new player, if this is your first stream, if you picked up the game recently, let me tell you, when it comes to the World Championship, this is largely a misnomer. This is the World Championship where at the end of the weekend, we will know who our world champion is, but this is open to everyone. And if you ask me, this is more like Netrunner Con. Everyone at this event, which I'm assuming will be like 500 people, there's a lot of people that it is their first event. There's a lot of people that are not. In fact, out of all the people going there, there's only like 50 people who are there to be the world champion. The other 400 people are there because it's a fun weekend to go out and meet people and hang out and go for food. And like, it is an excuse to go out and hang out and travel and have fun and meet people who you share an interest with. And the Netrunner community is something special, let alone see the city, see the province, see the country. It's really good. But please, just you have some time to plan this. If it does make any sense, if you don't have a passport, you're in the States, please sort that out sooner than later. It takes a bit. But it is just the best. It is like the excuse, the big thing. If you're going to travel for one event, it's usually this event. And people will come in from all over the world. We just came back, it feels like a couple weeks ago, but months ago from Edinburgh, and like anybody who go to Worlds, they will not tell you anything different. It is definitely worth like planning a year around. It is kind of incredible. I'm assuming I'm not going to at any currently announced Worlds. Very not confident leaving the States. Yeah, Ren, I'm so sorry about that. I know how it is. I have an understanding. Hopefully it's better at some point soon. It's obviously a bit shit. Concert's great, and this place will probably not bounce and amplify every sound that's emitted. No, these rooms are made for lots more people for sure. I've been there for Fab events. Hey, Flesh and Blood, gorgeous place. Yeah, Fab had some big stuff here for sure. Skateboarding was such a fun experience. Thanks again. Like, was it damn production? I'll see you at the bottom deals. I was dubious about traveling to Worlds as not a good player, and now I'm like considering traveling from Australia again. Yes. I'm sure some people just go there just to make sure there's an event. I mean, some people also go there just to make sure. Yeah, some people just come out and like just like volunteer and judge and stuff like that, which is great. You played my friend in COS last year, and all his stories made me want to go. Oh, super cool. Who's your friend I played in COS? I think I remember all my opponents. Did all my passport papers this week. I'm super excited to go. I'm so excited to be able to go to the Worlds this year. The Notre Dame has a light show. That was super cool. Yeah, so where did these links go? And why does this P not link anywhere? This P has a different link than the ORT. Nick, where's the P go? Where's the ORT go? They go to the same place. Okay. So Old Port is this part in Montreal that's down by the water. This city is very old. I think it's like 250 years old. It's old for a North American city. Europeans don't at me here. And Old Port is the part of Montreal that, I'll be honest, it's mostly for tourists. And that's because living there is incredibly expensive. But it's the part that has like cobblestone streets and all the old architecture. And it's really nice. Like when you go to Montreal, you go to Old Port, you'll get a poutine there. You go to the waterfront. It's great. The streets are cobblestoned. There's not that many cars down there. These are bad pictures of Montreal. I should have said Montreal. But it's charming. It's like, it literally looks like this with people. It's quite nice. This is very close. I'll show you everything else. Yeah, Old Port Montreal is really nice. Let's see it in the winter, which is not going to be important, but it's my favorite place. So looking at Old Port, like it looks like this. It's an old city streets. They're nice. There's like a big statue of a guy. There's two big statues of guys. I'll show you the map. Haven't been to Old Port, Old Montreal in over a decade. Yeah, it's like, you know what it is. It's nice. It's nice. So it's just like every time I go to Google Maps, it wants to say where I live. So hold on, I'm just going to hide this for a second to make sure I don't dox myself. Do you have a top vegan food spot I should check out? Yes. There's a lot of top vegan spots. We have some links that we shared last time we ran events, and Zen has another link that was shared at Continentals. We'll be linking all this stuff closer to it, so no stress on that. But specifically as someone who eats vegetarian, there is so much good vegetarian and vegan food in the area. I'll just show you like as a joke, like I'll zoom in. So this is where Old Port is. The Palais de Congrès should be right here. It's at the end of Chinatown. It's right here. This is it. Yeah, Palais de Congrès de Montréal. So there's a big highway that goes underneath, and then this is the massive area. This is like the convention center. Place des Arts is walking distance. That's here-ish. This is the Silver Goblin. This is where our Continentals, or sorry, our district is in just a moment. I'll announce the date. This is Place des Arts Metro. All these M's are metro stops, which are subway stops. Everything is well connected. This is the Old Port. Like everything's here. Notre Dame Basilica is like an old church. It's a big tourist thing. It's quite nice for sure. This is 1 block away from where we stayed for cons. Yeah, y'all stayed in Old Port. Like y'all stayed here. I guess this is not a doxing, but I think y'all stayed like right about here. So it's like literally there, and I'm pretty sure booking the same space is a possibility. But yeah, it's very, very close. It was like literally across the street. Compare, where do we have cons last year? So we had cons last year. So if you ask Montreal, this is Chinatown. So there's a street called Rue Saint Laurent. Up when you go north, this is like where bars and cocktails are and clubbing and stuff. When you go here between these blocks, this is Chinatown, which is nice. We have all our pagodas. It's not very big, but it's big enough. Especially here, you start to see like Chinese restaurants. This is that area. This is the Palais de Congrès, and then this is Old Port. So downtown Montreal is like, you know, Banks and that sort of center is around here between René Lévesque and Sherbrooke, which is this sort of area, and St. Catherine. We had ours over here by Concordia. So it's like maybe a 30-minute walk, because like after that, I walked down to Old Port to hang out with friends. So it's like a 30-minute walk, but we were closer to, I want to say around here. Where is like Peel Metro? Bonaventure, yeah, our cons was around this area. So we were close. Yeah, McGill Metro, we were at Peel Metro, which is around here. So like not that far off. Mind you, Montreal's a big city. Like this is the plateau, this is everything else, but this is like downtown Old Port, all the like big stuff. Stay in Chinatown for cons. It was lovely. Yeah, do watch out. I think if you want to stay in this sort of area, if you're looking at hotels, this is going to be expensive. This is like where tourists stay. This is where like very expensive Airbnbs are. This is like where business folk take business folk, and it's very, very expensive. I imagine the hotels around the Palais de Congrès are going to be more expensive than anything else because this is where people come in for like big conventions and stuff like that. So there's like big hotels on the corner. Like there's a massive, I want to say Best Western or some Holiday Inn, something here. The hotels, if you go further away, might be a bit cheaper, but I think this area is going to be the most expensive to some extent. And then it'll get expensive in downtown where like people stay for like business and stuff. Place des Arts is also the big place, and the hotels around there are going to be a bit expensive. All I'm saying is if you find a hotel or a place to stay, and as long as it's close to the metro line, you're going to be in business because everything here is connected to multiple metro lines, and the public transport in Montreal is really, really good. So don't feel like you need to stay 2 minutes away if you can stay 50-minute away on the metro, right? Like things will get cheaper the further you go in any other direction. This park looks huge. This is a mountain. So Montreal is named after Mount Royal, Montreal, and this is the mountain in the middle of the city. This park here is Parc Jean Mance, which is famous for having tam-tams, which if you scrub out on Sunday or you don't want to go play Netrunner, this has the biggest organized outdoor festival every Sunday. This whole park is full of people dancing and playing sports and doing drugs and drum circles and LARPing. It's like just buck wild every Sunday. But this park is really quite nice. Yeah. The city's great. Hotels across the street were like $200 US a night for my searching. I don't know if that's good or not, but yeah, I do think hotels around here are going to be a bit more expensive. Traveling hard though, especially right now in the States, especially as a trans woman, had to put my passport on hold. Didn't end up with honeymoon in Japan because we figured it'd be safer to hunker down. Yeah, 100%. No, I totally get it right now. It's traveling is not the easiest either way, coming or going. Like in Toronto, we have a Bixby rental bike in October. It'd be quite easy to use them. Yes, I am a big proponent of biking in the city because the city's very bikeable, as much as our new mayor doesn't think that's the case. I wouldn't recommend biking in a modern city if you haven't done it before, because like you haven't done it before. But if you do want to take a bike and you're comfortable, please bring a helmet. But biking in the city is still going to be quite good in October. Stayed in Chinatown for concert was lovely. I opened a private window, but this didn't hit my location button. I don't think this knows where I live. I hope it doesn't. That'd be kind of cursed. Anyways, this is like the weird bittersweet thing. I was expecting Montreal to have Worlds, and like my partner is kind of down on it because we don't get to travel, so we're just gonna travel for something else. But the fact that the World Championship is guaranteed to happen on our doorstep is awesome, and then the fact that like folks, friends, strangers are all gonna show up in October is such a nice thing to look forward for. This is incredible. Very, very cool for sure. Seeing folks lamenting flights from UK gross and Australian. Yeah. Anywho, more information will come. Upcoming dates, mid-March, the World's Discord server opens. The World's Discord servers are really good. Between mid-March and April 1st, call for volunteers to help run the event. Ticket sales will open April 1st. We will once offer again early bird tickets with a discount on the weekend pass, including a full art foil Vantage Point card and hard enamel pin, sick. And then early bird ticket sales end. Early bird tickets sold really, really, really hard. If these do sell out and then you're looking to go for Worlds later, there is a wait list. So yeah, you can figure that, like get on the wait list and sometimes it's figured out. Tentative event schedule on Friday. It looks like going to be the cosplay contest. Team event starting at 10. So it looks like we have a team event again. Saturday doors at 8. The main standard event starts at 9, and Sunday doors open at 8:30, and then standard event starts at 9. So kind of what you'd expect. I reckon locals, we will organize something probably on a Thursday, something like that. Just to like have things going on. So if you're showing up early, we'll go somewhere and do some Netrunner stuff. I think we need to do a better job. At least I know I have to do a better job as an organizer to have social stuff outside of tournament space. So if you're here on a Thursday, we'll probably all go to a place just like it happened for cons and like hang out. Do we know the capacity for the venue? No, D, I have no idea. And the thing is, it's because Palais de Congrès is really interesting. Because if you want to book a room, there come in so many different sizes. So I have no idea what, oh, mind you, you can see the website, what size. Oh, they have a farm on the roof. It's actually like pretty sick. Montreal is kind of a cool city. I'm just gonna put this in English for everyone, but the if you see the map, like the spaces all come in way different sizes. So I have no idea what they've got for. Like if you look at the floor plan, and I looked at this last year for cons, as much as the place is very expensive. Like if you go to the rooftop, which I don't think they booked the rooftop, like there's rooms here that hold 100 people that will get all the light you can. Oh my God, if NSG booked the rooftop, it'd be sick. But like these rooftop rooms can hold like 600 people. Like maybe that's perfect. I don't know. But we, in theory, could be on the roof. That's all I'm saying. I probably shouldn't hype this up because there's very unlikely we're on the roof. But there's just like so many different rooms in this building of so many different sizes that I would have no idea how to tell what the expectancy is. I definitely will want to do pre and post world social hangs, see how many narrative and visual people. I can squeeze into my apartment. The rooftop should be for the bottom tables like in Edinburgh. I think there's an option for expanding the space if we get a huge amount of sales, so buy them ticks. Yeah, sick. Yeah, cool. Because again, this place is very, very good at getting different sizes. I think I went to a car show here once. You can go on a virtual tour. I guess a virtual tour we'll go on together. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. A video. This is not like the shot of the Palais de Congrès that I'm usually used to. Anyways, we might still be able to wander the building if the space isn't otherwise used. Oh, 100% you'd be able to wander around unless there's other events going on and they're like, what are you doing here? It's a wedding. Anyways, that's sick. It's a good venue. It's obviously a very good venue. I imagine it's very expensive. I think Nelson Games is going to probably pay a lot for this. Cool for them. Good for them. Playing Geoguessr, I can nail that one. Other articles that came up: changes to the 2026 organized play season from Jeff. The 2025 season was our first season with the new competitive pipeline of district championships. And so there's a new pipeline here. And I don't think anything here is super surprising. January is the CBI. Here we are between February, March, and April for the 26 districts. From May to July's mega cities. Continentals is August and September. Both, again, this will be online and in person. October is Worlds. Fuck November. And then December is off meta month. Sick. That is what it is. Now, these are the only changes, as much as I don't think these are big changes. Or I think these are them, right? Casual tournament kits no longer give circuit breaker invitational invites. That's a big change, I think. I think this is the biggest change, is that CBIs, you can't get a circuit breaker invite by going to a CTK with 8 people. You have to go to a bigger event. So that's usually districts, which is the step up. That means there's going to be less invites. I feel like there's less invites this year than last year. And I think there's going to be even fewer invites next year. So that getting that CBI invite is going to be a bit harder than it classically has. I think I'm okay with that. I think CBI should be somewhat rare, but not unobtainable. But yeah, because you can't just like book a whole bunch of CTKs and just brute force it. Instead, the winner will be awarded a ticket for the CBI participation card prize. The prize will roll down if the winner already has a card. Oh, wow, cool. So there's a chance that you're not invited, but you still get cool prize support. Well, actually kind of sick. That's such a loss, IMO. I mean, I don't think it's a loss if there's this. Like, I think a lot of people just want to play in this. Okay, I actually don't know. I imagine a bunch of people want to play in the CBI just to get the participation card prize and don't think they can win the CBI. So that's kind of nice. This is also the first year the Worlds isn't the weekend after Thanksgiving. No, it's the weekend before Thanksgiving, which is like a weird twist. If people were planning to book off the weekend after Thanksgiving, yeah, it's slightly different here. In Canada, we have Thanksgiving in the second weekend of October. So this is before that. I have an extra week of vacation booked. I need time off November, but November's my birthday month. District championships do not need to run a top cut. This, I think a lot of people are already planning around this. Our district championship, which I will announce in a minute, will have a top cut, but it will be single elimination top cut. I think a lot more places, especially in the UK, a lot of the districts this year, or last year more accurately, we're having single elimination top cuts. It's not my favorite. Maybe at that point, I'd rather just run more Swiss, but then if there's a tie, it's a bit awkward. But top cuts are okay. Like cut to top 3 single elimination seems totally fine. Mega City and Continental Championships are still required to run double elimination cuts, so this only matters for the next 3 months, and we've already had some districts this last weekend. NSG hosted online competitive events like districts, mega cities, and continentals will not require a paid ticket to earn the buy or CBI invite. I didn't know you had to pay for the invite. Any player can qualify, but paid tickets will be required for physical pricing. I think that's such a good change. I didn't know it wasn't. I thought it was like that, but separating the virtual prize that doesn't require shipping from the actual play support prize is amazing, because this doesn't price people out of playing at the highest tables, which is obviously great. So that's a great change. The change from the casual tournaments kit is coming from 2 different angles. For small tournaments, incentives to run cuts just to get players CBI invites was opposed to the goal of making CTKs low stakes fun events for all skill levels. Why, did it have to have a cut for you to get a CBI? On the other end, it required a lot of effort on our end to track invites from so many events, and it was confusing for people whether or not they got an invite from a particular event. We're hoping this also makes CBI invites a bit more prestigious and gives more people incentives to play at AMTs, which will continue to give invites. I think that's maybe a win for AMTs. I think more people will play in AMTs if it is one of the few ways that they can get CBIs. I think AMT attendance is like good to okay, probably could be bigger, but some AMTs have like a dozen people, and I imagine, it could be bigger. Top cuts are just kind of miserable at a one-day event. All your friends go to the pub and you're in a huge room with 6 people in top 3. I had to have a cut for you to roll down a CBI. If it needed a cut for the roll down. Okay. Interesting. It just feels bad to lose an incentive to attend a smaller event. I think the smaller events, like, I hear you. I think this is still really good though. That's for sure really good. I think we're getting to a weird spot where like, yeah, because they changed the roll down rules. As much as I can't remember what the roll down rules were, but I felt like we were at a point where we were incentivized to throw events. Like if I was at a casual tournament kit and I wasn't allowed to roll down the ticket, and I was in first place and the person in second place didn't have a CBI invite, I would probably, and again, I can't actually say this because it's against organized play policy and I don't want to violate organized play policy. I would consider throwing the game or like conceding or just going home, like one of those things, whichever one makes me the least of a villain in the organized play policies. So I'm glad that's not happening, because I think there was a lot of incentives where like I was encouraged not to come to tournaments. I think that was the biggest thing. I remember being upset last year because roll downs were harder to do if you didn't have a top cut. If I had a CBI and I went to a casual tournament, I felt like if I had won the second CBI, I was taking a CBI away from anyone and I couldn't stop that. So it was disincentivizing me from participating in tournaments. I'm glad that's not the case. Cool. This year, things are rolling. I guess this is a natural transition too. I don't have an ABR page yet because this was only confirmed a couple hours ago. Tactical top 8, 0 goal elimination. You're already eliminated. The new participation prize is a return to limitless roll downs. Yes, right. Because that you can roll down infinitely. Montreal is having a district. We have the date locked down. Please write this down. If you want to join us, we'd love to have you. It is April 25th. It is a Saturday in April. It is well within the season that we'll have Vantage Point, so we will have the new cards and they will be legal for that tournament. But Silver Goblin will be hosting us for a single day event, April 25th. I will have an ABR page and a ticket page up in the near future. We only got the confirmation today. Shout out to Adam and all the nice folks at Silver Goblin who are happy to have us. But Montreal districts, if you want to plan the date, it is April 25th. I've planned around all the other districts in the near area, so hopefully there's no overlaps. But yeah, please, we'd love to have you. It's a single day event, so if you want to travel in just for Saturday, Sunday, you can do whatever you want. You can stay and hang out in Montreal, but April 25th, mark the date. We'd love to have you. It is also an NPC event, so there is the NPC prizing. If you haven't seen the scatter field, let alone get your beans, there's some good reasons to travel out. But we will see you in April. More details to come. We just got this confirmed today. Sick. Really excited. All right. Maybe I did this in the wrong order, but this, I honestly didn't see this until like today. Looking forward, APAC Worlds 2028 from Jeff. With the location of the 2026 World Championship just announced, we'd like to take this opportunity to announce that we are changing up the Worlds rotation schedule. Classically, Worlds would like oscillate between being an EMEA and North America. However, we're doing a mulligan. In 2028, Worlds will be coming to the APAC regions, details to be determined. This means the next 3 years of Worlds will be like this. 2026, Montreal, duh. 2027, Europe, Middle East, and Africa region, EMEA. 2028, APAC. That is so cool. Borneo Worlds. I'm building the space elevator in this one. That's awesome. And I really like that they said this because traveling to APAC is going to be pretty expensive. Shout out to all the APAC people who travel to our space. So this gives you, a couple of years warning so you can kind of prepare for that. I don't know whether that means that 2027 will have lower attendance while people like save for 2028. I think European World Championships, they always have people there. Europe travels way better than North America does. But that's awesome. I'm assuming it'll be in Australia. That's technically, I think, the safest bet. Probably like Melbourne or Sydney. I'd be surprised if it was in New Zealand or in like Asia. I'm guessing it'd be in Australia. They have really good numbers there. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm like, I've never been to APAC. I imagine this might be the good reason to change that. Maybe in 2029, the US will have gotten their shit together. I think that's the hope. In 2029, it'll be back in Europe. So nice try. Late to the party, bitch saying that the bike tours are sick. Did one at Untaian Worlds in SF. The bike tour in San Francisco or Montreal? Borneo Worlds, yeah. This is sick. All the folks in APAC, I have no doubt, are super stoked for this because APAC has never had, or as of last year, they started having major in-person tournaments with like continentals, and they looked great and they were ran well and people were showing up. So this is really, really good. As a resident Singapore player, I'd be shocked if it was in Singapore. I'm pitching Bali Worlds 2028. Awesome. I think that's really cool. I think it's great for them to like have this planned that far ahead, let alone to let us know. All right, this is like, I don't want to make jokes about this because obviously this is serious, but also this sucks. Like clearly this sucks. Riel posted this. It was on the front page, code of conduct, unwanted advances. And it's from the EDI team basically telling people how to behave in like very normal terms. Like, hey, don't be a weirdo. Like, you're obviously upsetting people by the way you're acting. Clearly something happened. I don't know what happened. This just feels like I'm embarrassed to some extent to show people like, oh, check the null signal games rules website. They announce worlds, and next to it is like, no means no, which, like, obviously that's important, and clearly something happened that warranted this. But like, read the code of conduct. This feels like, you know, please take showers kind of like baseline. This is what you should have been doing anyways. Why do we have to have this conversation? It's very important that null signal games is like, you know, stern about this. Like, clearly they're not messing around, but yeah, odd. Cool. All right, let's talk about some other stuff. I don't have a card display for Netrunner's new set. This is from Lotus Eater, who's Lotus Eater doesn't say who they are. I know who Lotus Eater is. I know Lotus Eater, so I'm not going to say who they are. But this was an article that was linked on Reddit talking about the last meta. I realized, like, I don't know what exactly to say about this, but it was talking about the meta and talking about like what are the expected changes from the last rotation. Specifically, the author said that the last rotation and the loss of all the FFG cards has really shrunk the card pool to the point where the game's not very interesting. There's not a lot of deck options. And while I don't exactly agree with that, in some ways I do agree with it because the card pool is the smallest it's been. But I do think this meta is actually like not as well explored as I think people think it might have been. I do think there's some powerful stuff that's like making other stuff not worth exploring. I think that's probably a bigger part of the conversation. But I think that the part of this that was interesting was the idea that, did the big loss of FFG cards bring more people into the game? Because that was the idea. I think it was said, and I would have assumed the same, that losing all FFG cards in standard, so you don't have to do any proxies. Hey, Wenjong, did that bring more people into the game the way that you'd hope it would? And for what it's worth, around the time where the big rotation was announced, I remember coming to events like startup events in Montreal, and there was a lot of new people. Like, people were showing up with just their null signal games decks, and they were having a good time. I don't know if a lot of those people like transitioned to being standard players or got deeper into the hobby. I think some of them did, but not all of them. But I remember that point being like very, very, very big. Lotus Eater, the heavy bin, I'm not sure. The person just forgot how to have fun explores my read. I mean, I wouldn't say that. Like, for what it's worth too, I think a big part of this is like everyone wants more cards like faster, just so that's like there's more going on. And I think that is one of the bigger points. It's not the loss of cards that I think brings people back into the game, but it's like having more cards. Having more cards is like just obviously so important. Everyone knows this, but it's a marketing event. It brings people into the game. It's exciting. It mixes things up and stuff like that. So like null signal games is obviously seeming like they want to work to a bigger release cadence, but in Sydney, I would say there are definitely players playing standard who wouldn't have before. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, I think in some places that is the case. I don't think we've widely seen it here. I think the conversation of people who like don't want to proxy is like a real thing, even that they can proxy, they don't want to. There's a very heavy metal breakdown band called Lotus Eater. Oh, no way. Okay. I'll link this in the description. I think it's a very interesting read, and it's funny how we're going to transition to the next topic, which is a really wild deck that I don't think has been explored in the meta. But I read this and I thought it was fascinating, talking about like what has this changed done to new players and what has this done to like shake up the meta, and what has this done, to bring more people in. Link below. I like the writing is good, and I like reading any sort of writing like this about Netrunner. Next up, in a wildly different direction, and honestly, it kind of in a comical way of disproving this, Dullbulb has been making some content on YouTube for a bit. I had the opportunity of meeting Dullbulb at Worlds. They were really nice. And this, oh my God, this thumbnail and this title is really good. It's really, really damn good. If you haven't seen this deck, I don't know if we're going to play this today. I think maybe we will. Maybe we'll wait for a week. But Dullbulb is a player who builds weird brews. And the short of the long is that there's this deck list that can gain like 30, 40 clicks a turn. And it's by doing cards that we're all pretty sure are broken. And it turns out they're way more broken than we think. And this is what I mean. Like, to some extent, there's still probably a lot in this meta that we don't know. And Dullbulb has been cooking. They've been really, really cooking for sure. So I highly recommend to watch the video, obviously linked in the description. But it's putting together a couple cards that have the probability and the possibility to be busted. And I think we're at the point where we are really realizing Illumination is a mega busted card. The card gives you 7 clicks worth of installs. And so the thesis of the deck is, okay, so we get all these free installs. What happens if all these installs are free and they're also giving us a click back? Because Picha Shao, it turns out, is not unique. And so the idea is that if you run R&D and you can break all the ice for nearly free, which this deck is really good at, every time that you fire one of these illuminations, you can install 3 Peach Shells, which means you spend 1 click to gain 3 clicks. Once I'm closer to 100 flip Daywee becoming reality, Laura, I think there's a chance you can do the big Daywee thing in here. And like, it's legitimate. I want to say that the deck seems really gross. Like, it's the sort of thing that on turn 5, you can just lose to it. Double Bulb is very clear that there are certain decks that this has no chance against. Like the matchup that showed up on the video are really good matchups. But then there's like very common matchups like Ob and Ayuko where it's a problem. So this is not like a meta force. But I honestly think that there's interactions here that a lot of competitive players might want to know because they're going to be interesting considering going into the new meta to some extent. Some of the really inspired things like Ritual for 7 happens casually in one of the videos because you get all these clicks back. Hushik to shuffle R&D so you can conduit during a massive conduit turn and see more. The fact that In the Groove cares about printed install cost, this is the one that also got me by surprise. So Into the Groove is a card that only shows up in basically in decks that get something banned in the format. I'm looking at Eternal. It is a priority, so you play click 1, and it says for the remainder of the turn, when you install a card with a printed install cost of 1 or greater, draw a card to gain a credit. Printed install cost is really important because it means every time that you install a card during your 20 click turn, if you Illumination out, Illumination obviously doesn't change the printed install cost. So when you Illumination out 3 Peach Chance, not only do you gain 3 clicks, but you can gain 3 credits or draw 3 cards. And that is absurd. It's really, 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 really absurd. And then this deck is just breaking everything with Oiler, which breaks for free. If everything's a code gate, it's the only breaker in the deck. And I probably should play this on stream at some point, but I definitely highly recommend to watch the Double Bulb video because it's really good. And it shows the sort of thing. Like, this is a weird deck with a lot of cards that, like, I feel like spending the time to try and purposely break something has only been happening more on the corp side than it has on the runner side in this meta. I feel like on the runner side, we're just like trying to do value stuff. Like, it's just like, okay, this Hoshiko deck has good cards in it. And, you know, to some extent, I think this would be a horrible thing to be good in the meta, but give it a look. Like, this is the sort of thing that makes me happy. Be like, oh, maybe there's stuff that we don't know. And I think it's a really well put together video. Double joined the game and then immediately became a UK Shark. Also really good player, current defending Reading District Championship and brought sports back into people's minds at the event. Very cool. Yeah, Peach Show isn't unique. The other one is unique, the one that charges the flux, but Peach Show isn't unique, which is like very surprising. Lotus the article mentions a player that is off put by out of print cards and doesn't want to buy them, but also wants to own everything. They haven't met that player. It's me. I'm the player. Yeah. Welcome back, Diaper. It does feel that rude. Hey, Komodo. I don't think I'd fall into this game the way I did if I found out about a pre-elevation, honestly. The mix of FFG and SG was just inherently confusing and off-putting. Yeah, I hear you. I could see that being the case. It is strange to understand what it is, and it feels like they don't work well together. I do think the preemptive rotation had a huge impact on the game, and I think everyone expected it to do, but I think the massive FFG rotation overall was bad for the game in terms of like gameplay and gameplay diversity, but of course it is. The thing is like that will only be solved by printing new cards, so it's good. Check this out. Remember people talking about this in Groove Elimination back when Elevation came out, talking about it as a silly dream game that you're never going to pull off. Yeah. Yeah, it's the sort of deck that you never want to play against, but do check it out. Also, it uses Spree really well, so like that's obviously cursed. But some really interesting choices here. Yeah, it's weird. Even the buffer drive, I'm like, I don't get it. But the idea with the buffer drive is that you can actually like trash this at instant speed or remove it from the game to put another illumination on top of your deck during the turn that you're popping off, so that you immediately draw it when you install a card with your what's it called? You're in the groove. Yeah. And so you can draw the illumination for the 4th time. It's like, it does some gross stuff. I think there's a huge ceiling to this idea that's like needs to be explored, but I haven't watched some of the Double Bulb's other stuff. I definitely should. Link to all this stuff will be in the description. Roar, I'm doing good. How you doing? Eternal Super League was this weekend. We streamed it, which was fun. Eternal Super League, we are starting week 3 this Sunday. It's starting, I want to say an hour earlier because of, I think, daylight savings time. I'm pretty sure how that works. If you haven't been following Eternal Super League, it's been wild. Some of the games are really fast the way they expect it is. Week 3 is the final week before people can change their decks. So I think things are going to get wackier for week 4. But the week 3 meta is like, it's gross. It's really, really gross if you've been watching it. But Eternal Super League was really fun this weekend. So if you want to watch some Eternal gameplay, which like, that's the thing is like the Eternal decks that you're watching, the Shaper decks, I would say they're very close to this in idea. I think they can fire a bit more consistently faster. And then they do like, this feels like an Eternal deck is all I'm saying. It's just a bit slower to set up, but like, oh my God, if you think this is cool, you probably should check out Eternal. I only caught the Knight from Chess versus Toronto matchup for ESL, but WoW Eternal is so fun to watch. The Toronto game versus Knight from Chess, was that the one that went long? Because there's one game that went long with the Mati versus Shaperless, the Kevin Essa deck. That one was a bit of a grind for sure. More consistently is a bit of an understatement for what Wu does. You're right, but for what it's worth, Tron, that deck needs to draw the right cards in hand, right? Like we need to have the Encores, the Rituals. You're not wrong. I do think this deck can combo off on like turn 4 if you're lucky. I did think we saw a bunch of Shaper decks going on turn 3. I think that's mostly it. I think we talked about everything else. What are we doing today? Super Grinder game? Yeah. I love the Super Grinder game. I think I did a bad job because in theory, you're meant to stack the games because the first 2 rounds are commentated by one team and the second 2 rounds are commentated by another team. And I did not realize that the first half was much longer than the second half. So the first half had good commentary regardless. So yeah, I probably should balance that a bit better. Turn 1, install 3 coals. Turn 2, install 3 hyperdivers. Turn 3, win the game. It doesn't work like that because your hyperdivers will remove themselves from the game. So you need more tricks. Districts review. Yeah, that's a good idea. I know nothing about the districts. Always be running. So we had our first 3 districts. People are running districts in the pre-elevation or pre-Vantage Point meta, which I'm surprised. I assumed everyone would try not to. I honestly am not really excited to play Netrunner right now in the modern meta, which maybe lines up with that article we talked about. This is results. Yeah, let's look at some districts. It's a lot of fun listening to the new King's Court. Not sure if you've talked about it yet, but going back and watching a 2023 Worlds recap featuring an Infinite Money Runner deck was really fun. I take it because Cobra is on the last King's Court. I'm in the middle of it. I haven't finished it. I think I'm missing one King's Court. Maker's Eye, surely. I think we're going to start here just to see the results, and then we'll look at Maker's Eye. So we had 3 districts. Torino in Italy had 10 folks. Birmingham and Dudley, very British names. And then at Katowice in Poland had 20 players. So very cool. Yeah, Cobra is lovely. I'd be very excited to hear them talk about the Infinite Combo deck. All right, this is run by Warlock. Italy has some real sharks in the water for sure. So we see 10 players here. So no top cut. You don't really need it with 10 folks, I don't reckon. Tuno taking first. Looks like we got a Seb deck and then Glacier RH is my guess. We got some Ob decks here and Reg Sable. We have some footsies. Like this top 3 is kind of what you'd expect. It's cool that Chris Drevis is playing some sort of AUCO with, I'm assuming, Flower Sermon. But like the 3 decks you're playing around the meta, I guess would be Op, this, Epiphany, and then AUCO. There's not one AUCO deck at this tournament, which is kind of interesting. Now on the runner side, hey, Koga doing well. Koga's decks are always really interesting. Koga builds really fun decks. So seeing Koga play Bengun and Phoenix is kind of awesome. We'll check those decks out. But otherwise, Reg Sable, I'm assuming the Seb is not that different. So not huge surprises here. I guess we'll open some of these decks. Tuno, fantastic player. It's also a really great deck builder. It's Jinteki RH, 49 cards instead of 44. Always ask your opponent for their deck count before the game starts. Nothing too spicy here to see, I don't think. Secretly psyop for getting Andre to see Brum? I don't know what that means. Oh, Ice Cream College? Oh, this is Ice Cream College's deck. So this is the deck that was played at an AMT in February. Okay, so it is a Seb deck. It's the Price. I think Price is showing up in more Seb decks. I know Analyze Chris is playing it, which seems pretty sick. But the Seb decks are really quite good. I want to play more Seb. I want to get better at Seb for sure. And then these are the Koga decks, which are really fun. So there's a little poem here. It's Bangun with Divest of Trust, which I don't love this card. I think Tuno is writing the comment that the idea that you can slash and burn. So, okay, install Divest of Trust, advance to Divest of Trust, slash and burn Divest of Trust. Fantastic. Then they ran Archives, and then you forfeit the Divested Trust to gain 5 credits and bring the slash and burn back to your hand. Really funny. I don't think that's almost ever worth doing, but it is a thing you can do if you had other agenda win scored abilities, which this one doesn't. The Operation card pool is like really wild and wide. Seamless Launch is actually kind of nice when it comes to Bangun. I like Seamless Launch a bit because when you do install advance, they have to run it because Bangun doesn't care about the amount of advancements. You just want to get a card on the table. And often in Bangun, when you play upgrades, you need to spend extra clicks putting your upgrades on top of your 5/3s. This deck is a bit different because there's not that many 5/3s, and Seamless Launch is really good with Basalt Spire. But this is also not a lot of upgrades, so this is kind of interesting. 2 Oppos, which like I don't know if I play around Oppo and Bangun, and that's going to hurt. 3 Andalines. Makes sense. Sounds like a 3-click short gamble. Yeah, but interaction. They had to run Archives through your eyes. Gotta have a look at my proposed new tiebreakers because Brum was messed up. I don't know what any of these words mean. Berry Sweet. It's weird to see a deck that's not on Maskarovka. I'm not sure why that is. I don't think we can glean that from the poetry. Then we have Afshar and Shailendra, which is like fine. The Codegate slot and Wayland's a bit weird. And only Winchesters. 3 Divested Trust, 2 Green Males, and not playing Beatwax. Kind of interesting. Also not unmeasured. Yeah, usually on Bangoon, I want to do the fork between End of Lines and Measured, so I don't fully get this list. It's on Corden, which is kind of cool. It's only a 1 of, but it's weird. Yeah, this deck is really strange. Single Plutus as well. And the Plutus doesn't have any way, I think, to score an agenda. It just has tempo Plutus. Because like you can't score an agenda unless it's on the table, like fast events and agenda, because you don't have any click gainers. So I don't fully get this. I'll send you a link. Okay, I have to open Discord again. Weird, but Koga does some weird stuff. And then Phoenix, 52 cards. Madani. Okay, so this is probably Madani viruses, but it's not on Augustina, which is what you'd expect. I want to play more Virus Madani. I think that's really fun in Anarch. It's a neat deck to do. Can't read the poem. And yeah, 2 Time Bomb, some Sabotage. Cool. If you listen to the King's Court, they were really rude to this deck, and I think this deck is just fine. I don't know. We've opened this before. Okay, we'll jump over to Birmingham and Dudley. So this is in the UK. This had 40 people, so 4 times as big. There was an alt art here. This is a Katurga. Yeah, it's a Katurga. I can't read the artist. I want to say Baki, but I'm not sure that's the case. That's a cool Katurga breakout. Shout out to Quetzal. It's always good to see Quetzal. Yeah, it's by Baki. Okay, cool. I feel like Divested should be played with SDS and cut green mails. I can see that too. But Koga always does some weird stuff. All right, and I saw this top cut, this top 8, and thought it to be really, really funny. It's like very, I think, UK coded to some extent. I guess there's no criminal, but yeah, maybe that's a problem. But the top 8 is only AU co-op, which like, oh god, oh no, is this what the meta has become? This is, I think, is what the article is talking about to some extent. Like, I don't think it has to be this, but it definitely is this. Then on the other side, it's like all Anarch. And, oh no, there's one criminal. In fact, they won. Okay, so that's good. Shout out to Meteor. Congrats. People keep saying the word Brum. I'm not sure what that means. Random bullshit. So we're playing all the asset spam stuff. Curse Corp. Yeah, like I obviously don't like this. I don't think I'd have fun playing in the districts when this is the meta. For what it's worth, like Scrubs is now doing really quite well. It's like come into its own. I think there's enough Scrubs variants that it's like hard to tell exactly. Well, like, you know what you have to do? I think this deck is really good. I don't think it makes good Netrunner though. Like, I'm actually really worried about this deck. Oh, Brum is Birmingham. Okay, cool. Like, I don't think this deck makes good Netrunner. It makes games where like one turn slips by and then the corpse scores a Basalt Spire and then the game collapses in where it's on itself. Like, we talked about agendas being important, but this does feel like a false lead of sorts. So I don't know. It's like, I haven't seen a Scrubs game where I felt good about being on either side of the table. And I don't mean in terms of winning. I mean in terms of like it being that interesting. Yeah. I think triple MR is messed up. The rest of the deck is fine. Yeah, the biggest issue is the MR fork. Like, I don't care about the fast advance fork. In fact, I think more people should not respect the fast advance fork. Because if they have a Basalt Spire counter, like there's only 3 3/2s in the deck. Like, if you've stolen 1 3/2, the chance of them fast advancing out 2 3/2s to win the game is very low. Now, they can fast advance out 4 2s, but the problem is as soon as they have the Basalt Spire and the ability to like immediately jump up 10 credits in a single turn, if they fire like a Sphere into an extract, like, yeah, triple measured will happen out of nowhere. I just don't think it makes that interesting of a game. And it's mostly, yeah, I guess this. Neat. I think people are moving off the nano. I think other people are doing that as well and just playing like 2 Bass. The virus into the Holloman thing is another thing you can do. It looks like the Bass is just a bit more consistent and also just has a big butt, which I could see why you want to do that. Cool. The criminal deck. Oh yeah, was not again correct. No. Anything that's asked a question in the headline can be answered as a no. That comment came up. I don't believe in Penny Shaver. I really don't. I think Hermes is good in any matchup, even the matchups where you think it's bad. I need to watch more games, but I haven't seen, unless you're playing into huge asset spam, I'm not sure if I like Penny Shaver more than anything else. Even AUCO, I think Hermes is super relevant. But yeah. Do you got to make the next SBL? How do you fix the meta right now? I have no comment, honestly. I don't want to get into that really. False lead comparison feels a bit unfair. 5/3 should have impact. For sure, they should have impact. But I don't think we want a 5/3 that when you score it, the game grinds to a halt like that. Like, okay, there's 2 things. Firstly, this deck scores a 5/3 in a way that doesn't make it feel like a 5/3. I think that's some truth to that. But I don't know if we've ever seen a 5/3 that scored like this, that like grinds the game to a halt. Lost 11 times in a row with a stable list and deleted it. That might be a me issue. I'm sorry, Mac. It's probably a you issue. This deck looks really, really fine. I think the console slot is not the thing that's making this deck. It shocked me because Nano is good in so many out in so many games for me. Yeah, I don't know why that is. I'm not sure. I don't have enough Scrobs reps to know like what exactly it does and how people are playing around it and why one is better than the other. At CBI, Hermes was awful. I'm assuming at CBI, Hermes was awful. Like, okay, I know you said that. I don't know what it means. I don't know why that would be the case. I think Hermes is important in the way that you play. Like, I think there's a chance that your play style makes Hermes worse, with all due respect. Like, that's fine. I think I've seen a lot of players, even in matchups where you don't think the Hermes is good, where they'll go out of the way to like not pressure certain centrals, because now if somebody scores out, you've opened a central and then you can capitalize on that. I think if you're running really aggressively, there's a chance that all the ice will be rezzed and then it is bad. But I do think there is also like your play style might overlap with the way that Hermes is super impactful. 5-3s are cringe. They have the best investment point ratio and busted effects. For more fun, Netrunner, we should ban Basalt and unbannable Sleep. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's actually me. Just make it a 4-1. Just make it a 4-1. I said so much want an operation that directly punishes steal. I like MR a lot, but we really don't have something right now that makes a runner go, when they see an expended agenda. Tron, I think I've said that in every single spoilers video in which there is like we spoil slash and burn. And I think as soon as we talked about the card, we really wanted the card that said, oh, there's an agenda in archives. I'm not going to run it. And we do in some ways have that because measured response doesn't really care about the agenda. But I wish, yeah, there was a card that was attached to stealing agendas to make you not want to steal an agenda. Leaving an expended agenda in archives is just not a play you make, usually. So it's more that we really need a Mavirus, and Bass is amazing as a Rego and synergizes with Power That Be. Oh, for sure, Andre, I'm not the greatest Hermes pilot. Yeah, I think Hermes is a play pattern thing. Reprint Hunter Seeker. Okay, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I do agree with you, Tron. Cool. Anyways, it's a criminalist. It's good. Single Chesva is like a thing a lot of folks have been doing. Single Leech is really good. Buzzsaw I find to be a bit clumsy, but I could see it making sense. And single bio bands, neat. Yeah, seems fine. Seems good. This is what the deck should be. 2 open market is I don't think I've seen that exactly. The rest of the meta there looks kind of cooked. And then Katowice, I think Katowice had like 20 players. Oh, the Maviruses are back. I forgot about that. Is Gruntowney the player at the CBI that played under a different name? Le Oeil? Is that the egg or the ear? I think that's the ear. Or is it the eye? I should know this, but a lot of the French, I think that's the eye. Sleeper also, Worlds top 16, playing Glacier and Shiteki, no surprise. We have Anakum Lat, we have a Moosely Hot, a Bangoon making the top 4 is awesome. Again, there's like 20 players here, so that's nice. This is a bit more interesting. Lifeline had the most interesting court by MO. Let's see if we can check it. So this is, I saw this list. This is like Glacier LEO. It's on a single Samasamun, which like if you're playing into Audrey's, I guess that's the only thing that you really have to worry about. It's on, it's kind of what you expect otherwise. Yeah, exactly what you expect. 3 Hoggins a lot. So there's a lot of like Audrey hate in this deck. Yeah, that was Granteni. Okay is ear. Yeah, Louis is eye. Yeah, I think you're right about that. And then this is Anakom Lat. Good stuff. Glacier Jateki Sleeper was probably playing something very similar to this at Worlds. I don't know if there's any changes. We're on Proprio Negation. I think Sleeper was maybe also playing, I can't remember if Sleeper was playing Proprio or was playing Sisyphus. I think Sleeper was playing Sisyphus at Worlds. There's still a hammer in here. You don't see that card a lot. 2 Drafters is a surprise. I don't think 2 Drafters is a huge surprise for LEO. I think a lot of the LEO lists are playing 2 Drafter because I don't think you want to play 6 Sentries. 1 Bravado, I mean, it's a Shaper list. It's funny to have the difference between clean getaways and Bravados. Cool. What is Lifeline's list? Always be running. Yeah, Sleeper was playing Sisyphus previously. Yeah, I thought so. I wonder what the change is. For what reason is the change? Results, please. Oh, Maker's Eye. So let's go to our meta analysis. What are we going for? I guess let's just look at the UK one because I think the UK one's gonna have some like messed up stats. How do you find the thing? How do you find the thing? So let's do from Stourbridge. Can you get to the ABR link from this page? Like, how do I get to the ABR so I can feed it to the Maker's Eye? Because I want the Cobra link. I don't know how to get the Cobra link in there. I have to find it? Go to the Maker's Eye, go to the meta-analysis, open the tournaments, click on link. Oh, so it will know. Go to meta-analysis. Oh, this is getting complicated for me. Included tournaments. Okay, we got it. Nice. All right, so let's get rid of everything that's not Birmingham and Dudley. All right. Okay. So corp win rate, 56%. Representation, Lamau, AUCO, and OP. Okay. The win rate charts get weird. I don't know if they changed them, but they look really different here. OP is at an 81% win rate and is the most popular deck on the corp side. That doesn't seem good. Epiphany also only 12 games. This is 32 games, 81% win rate. Oh god. Yeah, that's a weird data point. AUCO still 61%. How bad are runner win rates at this event? Are runners winning games? What's happening? What's going on out there? AUCO is a big data point, so you want to be here on the highest and to the right. So besides this Nebula that played 4 games, OB is doing pretty well in terms of being high on the opponent side win rate and high on just win rate in general. It seems like the deck. Nobody went undefeated on runner. I mean, like, you can't be surprised. These are the court matchups. I just want to see runner stuff. So again, Hosh, Arsana. Arsana showing up. I do think that's a big part of the last deck list of the week to some extent. And then if you look at the runner win rates, Seb at 58. I think Seb has had the highest individual win rate for a while now. And then we have like Sable at 50, which is actually reasonable for Sable. And then everything else is below that. So Hosh, the most popular at 44, and then down and down and down and down. And Shaper did not do well, it seems. Cool. Yeah, just Seb. All runners suck. Neat. And then you can see the win rate matrix, which always like catches me off. So versus AUCO versus off, PC versus off chart, nobody hits 50 besides Sable, which like there's only 6 games, so whatever. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. And this just shows you like the most popular for sure. Just be lucky. I mean, it kind of feels like that. Like run R&D turn 1, steal a 5-3, has no text, seems good. Draw pinhole, trash their first thing. Yeah, I don't know. The Scrubs games have never been like really fun to watch, I don't think. Cool. You want to extend the strength of schedule? Oh, because there was no top cut. Right. Yeah, the runner side is like you posted the runner list as like 2 and 2. I'm like, oh, that's not great. It turns out, yeah, that's actually okay. What are we doing tonight? I think I want y'all to watch Dull Bulb's video, so I don't want to like play that deck. I don't know what else to do. Oh, Ames posted the list from World Spoilers, which is awesome. So Magic Woman and do what you can. Because, oh, sorry, that's Magic Man version. But Ames published Worlds or Bust, the gunslinging deck, and do what you want because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Yar. That's something you can do. There's a tiebreaker for heinous at the event, which I go into the document, the link I sent you. Okay, hold on 1 second. Forgot about that. Sorry, Lucy. Tiebreaker, link and explainer document, the Cobra link to Brum and Dudley districts so you can poke around. All right, I don't know what this article is. Better tiebreakers for Netrunner. Currently, Netrunner uses a modified version of the Solkoff scoring system. This downloaded? Okay. The system was invented in the 1950s and saw use in chess in America until being replaced by the US Chess Federation in 2003. The system has a number of issues that have been demonstrated very effectively by the results of the Birmingham District Championship, specifically with regards to the ordering of the top placing players. As nobody dropped from the event, to keep calculations simple, I'm going to give the true Solkoff strength of schedule values rather than the normal convention in Netrunner of dividing them down by the number of rounds squared in order to have it indicated average points per round on the average point metric. I want to be clear, I don't understand exactly the strength of schedule in Netrunner. From my understanding, strength of schedule is meant to be the average results per round of your opponents. So if all your opponents you play in a day go 50-50, that means every round on average they got 1.5 points. So your strength of schedule should be 1.5. What is extended strength of schedule? I could not tell you. And I'm assuming you probably have to know that for this document to make sense. So these are the Solkoff numbers, which they don't mean anything to me. The issue with the above ordering can be seen almost clearly in relative placements of Meteor and Chonky Seal. After the event, Meteor commentated that he expected himself to be in the middle of the pack of 18-point players, and for Chonky Seal to have won, when in fact Chonky Seal played least of the 18 points and missed out winning a playmat. SOS is supposed to be the total points of your opponents. Cobra just shows it normalized. Oh. So Cobra just divides it by the number of rounds? Because strength of schedule is just the score of all your opponents added up? Really? I'm just showing the number of points your opponents got. Okay, so Meteor played against all the players. The points that Meteor played against got this many points. Okay. Metaverse going. I mean, it does get pretty mathy at some point. Usually you just go to an event and you have someone who knows this. Number of rounds squared. The reason for the expectation was that Chunky Seal played against 4 of the other players on 18 points and defeated 3 of them. The winning is not consequential to the strength of the schedule, as we treat wins and losses equally. Oh yeah, that's a really important part. And had people paying closer attention, they may have expected Lifeline to win on the same metric, having faced all 5 and defeated 3 others. So the idea is like Meteor's opponents were at this tournament like harder targets to beat, but it didn't affect Meteor's score. That seems to me like the Jeff, I recognize your photo. If that's your handle, that's really funny. I'd wait on reading this. It's a good recommendation, but I'm not sure a blind read of this is great. But if you want to, I won't stop. Yeah, I probably won't read further because I think I have to think about this a fair bit. But it seems to me the thesis is like Meteor's strength of schedule is this, because the opponents that Meteor played against, their score overall, like that's what it is. However, the argument is that the opponents that Meteor played were some of the other opponents up here. So this should be relatively higher than other folks, right? Because Meteor had a harder tournament. Because normally strength of schedule just measures how difficult your tournament was by looking at your opponent's scores. But this is now looking at your opponent's scores and your opponent's standings overall. I recommend to read one more paragraph. The reason for the expectation was that Chonky Seal played against 4 of the other players on 18 points and defeated 3 of them. The winning is not consequential to the strength of schedule, as we treat wins and losses equally, a convention followed by all chess organizations as well, though earlier in the history this was more of a debate. And had people been paying closer attention, I think I read that, may have expected Lifeline to win on the same metric. Okay, we got a chart. Oh yeah, this is too much for me. This is why we need top cuts. Nobody goes to an event to do math. It should just be double elimination from turn 1. That's it. We do triple elimination. Triple elimination. Kat, how's it going? The issues that in round 1, through the randomness of opponent allocation. Oh no, Chonky Seal faced against Zoe Hope, who finished with only 3 wins. And then in round 2, he down paired into, names don't matter, who finished with only 1 win. This meant that from his first 2 rounds, his total cumulative strength schedule was 12, compared with Meteor's 27. This acted as a significant malice and effectively prevented Chonky Seal from winning without finding an additional win that was required of any other player from the very beginning of the event. Yeah, there is this issue at tournaments, specifically if the tournament's not long enough, that if you just get cooked at the beginning, or you randomly, especially your round 1 opponent, if your round 1 opponent just like loses every single game, your strength of schedule just is not going to be good, and there's no way to fix that. The issues that you end up down paired, you randomly get worse SOS. Yeah, for sure. But that's just like a thing that happens. Malice is a good word. Yeah, I use malice a fair bit as my opposite to boon. Like in Slay the Spire, you can get relics that give you boons and malices, which I think is actually Malai. There should be random math questions throughout the event. And if you get them wrong, you lose a point. Yeah. yeah, we should do like one of them cryptic crosswords, and then I can't go to any event. I have a fix for that, which is the document explains, and with both the FIDE and US Chess Federation use it. This is a solved issue, and we can solve it. All right, this is too much math. I'm going back to my algorithms. Don't worry for less math. Okay. I won't be honest. At 10:55, this is going way over my head. I need to sit down and read this better, as like Jeff insisted. I think there's probably something to this for sure. Malice Blur, agreed. No reason not to implement this really. I just don't know if everyone needs to read it. Yeah. I definitely want to understand this, because I think as someone who's on a microphone, usually talking about this and understanding this is important, because people make decisions based off of it. So you need to understand it. He says clearly not fully understanding SOS. I like how Andre thinks this won't go over our head, not at 10:55. I think this is a perfect read for like 6:30 or like maybe 1 o'clock. I already had a hard enough time correctly counting my single digit number of credits during a turn. I can't handle more math. AM or PM? PM for sure. All of those are PM. Cool write-up. I'll link this in the description for anyone else to like take a shot at this. But yeah, I have no doubt there is a better system. Just drop top and bottom outliers. It's peaceful. Okay, good. We solved it. We've solved it. The fix is ignore the lowest placing opponent for SOS calculation, so that the top placing players don't get tanked out of having a chance to do well by random round pairing, round 2 down pairing. Whoa. Is it that simple? In high school, to apply to university, if you're applying to a sciences, they ask you for 3 science grades. Then they ask you for your English grade. And then they ask you for the 1 grade that is your highest grade. Like you can submit wildcard the last grade. Oh, and your math grade has to go through because of sciences. This feels like that, right? This is posted elsewhere to read? No. Lucy, can I share it? Can I just post the link? Oh, it's on my hard drive, so no, I can't share it. Scrubs wins Brum in every timeline and my teammates got robbed by me. I have a website up that I sent you where you can see how existing tournaments would work. Hold on, what? Oh, here, yeah, I can share this. Okay, I don't know how to operate this. So this seems to be a tournament status where you can upload an existing tournament and then show a new tournament. And you can figure out the difference between the two, right? So I guess we're going to a Cobra tournament. Oh my God. Pasting the Cobra tournament I sent you. Okay, I'm on it. I'm on it. This is going to be the best thing for me to like figure out how I bubbled out of every tournament. So single-sided Swiss. So these are the other rankings. So this is the ranking that happened on the day. And so I'm not going to pretend I understand it, but this is where Meteor comes in first. Cobalt comes in second, and it came down to extended strength of schedule. So these numbers are really, really close. So Meteor, both players had the same amount of points, but Meteor won on EOSS or ESOS. But if you go to this median modified buckles, which is, you know, not getting the world by storm with that name, it definitely shifts things around pretty significantly at the top here. So Lifeline, for reasons unknown, because I didn't understand the document, now comes in first by a pretty clear margin at 115. And then these three players are tied at 111 and it goes down to 108. From my understanding, reading this quickly, it has to do with like discarding variants early in the tournament structure. But I'm not 100% sure. You click on the two players, you can compare how they ended up, where they ended up. Like, what? Is this why the web app we use is called Cobra? No, this is just Cobra because it's Cobra. I think the web app is called Cobra because of this. I don't think the web app is named Cobra for any other reason besides it's named after this Netrunner card. Seems like it makes sense and is a no-brainer. Ian, I can't tell if you're being honest or not. I think, like, I agree with everything I've heard so far, but I don't understand why we're doing this. Sorry, I don't understand what we're doing. I understand why we're doing this. Oh my God. Wait, this website is way better than the amount of understanding I have into it. So you can see their whole matchups. Ow, I don't know what I'm looking at. Sincere? Yeah, okay, cool. We have a slightly modified version of Solkov, so it's Cobra Solkov. Dropping one outlier off of each player makes sense to me. Yeah, I could see that. Because like the first couple rounds, you have no control over it. It's once you start playing. So this is like a pair up and pair down arrow. I assume because snakes are cool. I mean, that's part of it. You can see each matchup and what it contributed to the SSS and EOS. Okay, so first round. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell what we're doing. I don't know. All right, cool. This is sick. A link for this will be in the description too. It's tiebreaker.nro.run. I'll just throw it into chat if you want to mess with this. Lucy made this. Okay. I need to read this better. I'm sorry. I don't think I can piece this together right now. I need to think way better about this. The thing is, like, this is the sort of thing where you don't talk when you read, which like is not good for Mr. Streamer over here, who if he stops talking, he collapses inwards. I'll get the explanation PDF somewhere for you too. One sec. Okay. I'll read that off stream for sure. Let's see. Very cool. Neat. Yeah, I'm totally down for this. Hey, Jeff, if you're still around, can you do alternate SOS pairing structures for your official NSG tournaments? Like if I do it for districts, can I do a different structure or do you have to stick with the NSG structure? I'm assuming we have to stick to the official NSG structure. If you don't hear this, I will ask later. What are we playing today? I mean, I don't want to play this, but like, I didn't go to the event on Tuesday. I couldn't make it. And this is what won the event here. If you don't know Diogene, this shouldn't be a surprise. But it's PT Untaian, which like, is this deck better than Ayuko? Probably. And we're just full mitosising it. It's been a while since we played full mitosis on camera. I thought we were just going to talk about Montreal Worlds tonight. I mean, we talked about it a fair bit. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. It's very, very exciting to have everyone here is like just the coolest thing. We got some more months. Like the Netrunner Worlds conversation will get like more and more intense as we get closer to it. Like the distance is just like, okay, was it a good city choice? Yeah, it was a good city choice. That's it. Quick draft again. I think they made quick draft faster. So I think we're able to play this once and then we'll do the quick draft as the last thing. Like I think always 10-1 will do a quick draft, but I do think quick draft was updated and was updated significantly so both players can draft at the same time. Hi, is this Urtico Cerebral or Clearinghouse or Fuji? Hi, can we please F and reprint also? Antoine, did you play against this? Because yeah, I would tilt out of my mind. This deck should have 3 moon pools. I can't believe this deck has vulnerability audit in it. There must be an agenda that does more damage than this. Yeah. Yeah, just slot 3 like the fire. You bet I did. Was it a good time? I mean, I'll do this. I mean, I don't mind playing mitosis on JNet. I don't want to play against Hermes. I think that's it. Let's just give it a shot. Yeah, so we say Cockroach Poker. The idea is we mitosis a card. If they run it, we lose. If they don't run it, we win. That's about it. After 3 turns, I thought about quitting Netrunner. I mean, imagine all the decisions you made about like, you know, the optimal breaker suite and like your tech cards. And then you just have to figure out, is the mitosis an agenda or not? Or is it going to do 3 meat damage to you after you hit the 3rd bite? Yo, Keith, what's up? Played Deer in quick draft. There was some crazy turn joined riding into R&D stealing an Aster Skip. That's sick. Diogene just hates his decks. I think Diogene loves his decks. DMU shareable link to the PDF. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll be able to put that in the description. I appreciate it. It's on here. Okay, so I'll just open this so I remember to share it. But this is the PDF shareable, so you can give it a read. Where are we at? One of these is JNet. My sat uplink is gonna rip you to shreds. No. In quick draft, I've heard silhouette's not bad. A gang signed into Jai's snare twice in quick draft. Oh, I mean, that's awesome. How many gang signs did you have? 2 or 3? Was it a 2 draft or 3 draft? I don't know if quick draft locks cards to certain categories. Quick draft also like is adding cards in and out of the card pool. And the fact that like you can have a seasonal quick draft pool is so cool. It'd be like, oh, the new patch dropped. Oh, gang sign's less good because this was added to the pool. Like I think quick draft, I really need to find the time to do a quick draft video because I think it's worth explaining. Nobody wants to play against shell games. I know. I'm sitting here waiting. I'm not surprised. What if we print Recon Drone? I mean, we have it. It's called Airblades, right? Recon Drone was only during a run. I think it was only net damage, though. Oh, it's any damage. Prevent next damage. Okay. Little birdie. This card saw no play. Might be obvious why. Flashpoint Cycle was very much a hallmark, was cards that oscillated between being the most busted thing ever seen and unplayable. Red Sand Cycle as well. So yeah, for every Recon Drone, you had like a hard-hitting news. I only drafted 2 snare, by the way. Also, the idea was Cybernetics Division. Oh no. Played against an Earth Station with multiple hired helps on Centrals. It was miserable. I think you concede at that point. Like, you can't beat multiple hired helps. This should not be in the card pool. It's hired help. I'm surprised that this is in the card pool. As additional cost to run the server, this card was printed. It was never tested. It was printed at the last Magmopus by committee. It's the rarest Netrunner card of all time. As an additional cost to run the server, the runner must trash 1 agenda from the score area. Ignore this ability. Not only does trashing agendas not mean anything in the rules text, forfeiting agendas, trashing means it goes into the bin. Can you trash an agenda? No, it's not installed. I guess that actually doesn't matter if it's installed or not. But yeah, that card on 3 Centrals, you're cooked. All right, let's go. Oh, I did. Yeah, there you go. Okay, Arisana, cool. Our hand is Illumination is going to happen. Thanks, you too. Now, if we dump our hand, mind you, this deck has, I don't think this deck has any money in it. Like, how do we get money? Is it entirely, where's our deck list? Is our deck money entirely Charlotte? Because we have no money. Oh, we have Regulus. Oh yeah, classic. Oh, we have Hanse. Okay. So the idea with PT Untaian is if you have less cards in hand, hold on, I can't get to my deck. We can get an advancement. So the advancement on the Urtica is okay. My guess is we'll just Hanse, install 2 Reaper functions, see if we win on turn 2. I put 3 Airblades in my Phoenix specifically to mill at Ayuko spamming friend. That's a weird matchup. Yeah, Diogene puts like in any of the trap decks, puts 3 Regulus in. Yeah, I think they might dump their hand into Double Reaper. All right, Spin Doctor, that's fine. So I think we'll actually trash a Spin Doctor. Probably not. I don't think I like the Urtica. Oh no, I like the Urtica. What are we talking about? We know what we're about. So we end turn, we place an advancement on the Urtica. If they touch, it's 3 damage, and the Reaper does 2 more. Play more Gundam TCG today. I can't decide if I like it. Oh, the new one? I mistake Gundam and Transformers, so when you said the Metapher, I was like really surprised. But yeah, okay, Gundam. That came out last year, no? I think it's relatively new. NV testing? Zmut? So maybe they know we're on Clearinghouse. This knocks them down to 2 cards in hand. We don't have to res this. But they are running it. So we'll knock 2 deck cards down in hand. They lost. Ooh, and they're on Devil Charm, so they might be on Ice Destruction. They can trash this. I don't know if you should, because it turns on reprisals. We have no way to do a single damage, so we have no reason to res a Reaper function. Oh, that's good. So we res 3/6. Yeah, this dumps our whole hand. Oh my god, I don't like gameplay. I don't know. This has to be on an advanceable card, so we can't legally do it. So if we res 3, 6, 7, we're down to 3. So we have a 5 damage board state. If they don't have 5 cards in hand, they die. Okay. Let's see if they die. They drew, makes sense. Oh, Spin Doctor, that's the worst run for them. They trash us for free with the Azimuth. If they do that, they can't trash the rest of our board, so we'll let them have it. Let alone we have another Spin Doctor, so we don't care. But if they use the Azimuth on this, the rest of our cards are safe. They do. That's huge for us, because now they can't deal with any of these. And they have to draw Jar or they die. Draw one more. Well, game's over. So, yeah, GG. Bladderwort, Reaper, Reaper. Good game? I guess. I mean, I don't feel good about that. Yeah, that was an opening. Oh yeah, worst hit for sure. Okay. I kind of feel Star Wars Unlimited with way more ways to brick trust. I mean, that's a good selling point. Thanks for the game. Yeah, okay. Did PT matter, like technically, but also not really? I mean, fast games. Let's do it again. Are you winning, son? I mean, I am. The random bullshit Go decks in AUCO are like seeing competitive play and just like overwhelming with stuff on the table you have to trash seems to be like a winning line. I don't know if people are less teching for assets. The link piloting is neat. I know nothing about Gundam in general, let alone the Gundam TCG. I guess we'll give another shot. We didn't hard Yomi. I guess we Yomi to Ben, they touched it. So the thing is, if you put an advanceable card on the table and they don't run it, all you do is keep advancing it. And with PT, you can do that for free. Or not for free, but clicklessly, which is nice. Because then the stakes of it being a clearinghouse or even an Obokata get higher and higher. That seems really important. I think we'll do 1 or 2 more of this, and then we'll probably do a quick draft and see what the new changes are. Yeah, people are still playing quick draft. Cool format. So like Beal, no Beal, but worse? I wouldn't say worse, because the lethality is actually like a tricky thing to deal with. Beal or no Beal is like, look, it's like, that's a Yomi deck for sure. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say it, but that's like every mitosis deck. We didn't even mitosis. If we were at Yuko, we would have drawn 2 extra cards, which might actually be more important. Oh, hey, Jai. Anakom Lat is going to have some teeth against us. Ooh, good opening hand. Yo, hey. Any spoilers? Quick draft added headline? You mean fixed headline? I think Jai means, will Jai have spoilers? I'm asking, does NSG have spoilers yet? No, not yet. Oh, yeah. Are you doing your spoilers review posts on YouTube? So Jai did these like really good spoilers review. When a card would come out, do like the 40 on 40 or whatever. I like them a lot. This hand's fine. Was it 42 on 42? All right, we're off. So what are we playing against in the lat? I'm not 100% sure. We can start putting the clearinghouses on the table and seeing what's up. If we put a FUD on the table, it just gets trashed, which is not super exciting. If we Hansei, the Bladderwort doesn't do anything. Like, this hand's actually not incredibly functional. We could do... Like, we want to probably Hansei. I don't know if we need to Hansei this turn. So we could do Clearinghouse with PT. That's at least 1 damage. That's the problem, is we have to keep doing this. Usually they run the first Advanceable Trap. I don't have enough Jai experience to know whether Jai will run this Advanceable Trap or not. Bladderwort will ping once, and then Jai will trash it, which, like, is not the biggest thing. And FUT will probably just go down. The deck has only 6 ice, so, like, protecting FUT's not a given. Why did we keep? I don't know. I kind of liked it. Maybe we should have just like a mitosis. If we top decked a mitosis, double mitosis clearinghouse would have been like beast. So maybe we just do FUT, Bladderwort, clearinghouse with an advancement, which means that we can do the Bladderwort. I'll try that. So end of turn, clearinghouse is a counter. So the worst amount of damage we can do is 2 Bladderwort into clearinghouse. I didn't res FUT. I probably should have res FUT actually. Maybe we wait to res FUT until we have an ice. I can't tell. We also are playing around lat by going down to low hand size, so we'll see if FUT gets trashed on site. Rego Bladder clearing PT. I'm not super excited about the Rego because I can just dump in to use it. Yeah, I don't think we need a Rego when we have a Hansei. Like, if we have Bladder where we actually don't want a Rego, this gets trashed for sure. And so probably last click is creative commission if we're running like this. Floating, how's it going by the way? This deck has a Cerebral Overrider, so like, yeah, there you go, creative commission on 6. So we can do 1 damage. All right, so Muck on the FUT seems fine. We can do Regolith, some Muck, credit, advance the clearinghouse. Or do we install this clearinghouse? We go down to 3. No, we res FUT. I think we click for credit. We res FUT. All right, so FUT is a counter. We just keep advancing this because no matter what it is, you keep advancing it. Visiting my family in Chicago right now. I'm taking a little Netrunner break. Might go to locals next week though. Oh, sick. I know there's a lot of players in the Midwest. Hopefully having a good time. I haven't been to Chicago since I was like 9 or 10, but I had a great time. I imagine it's a bit different now. As in, I would enjoy the museum just as much, especially at the ants exhibit. That made you really small, and then you got to walk with the ants in the tunnels. It was awesome. Kid Andre really liked Chicago. What's the scariest ice? Hey, welcome back, Milla. Other than obviously, I mean, could be anything. We are gonna do a quick draft. We're just playing Diogene's like full trap deck, just slamming stuff on the table, putting advancements, seeing what your opponent does. We have a pretty big final boss already with Jai, so we'll see. I'm assuming it's Lad's on Onacom. I don't know what other console we're expecting to see. Generally, Lad plays Onacom. More often, you see Lilybad and like Maggie. So if the Onacom comes down, that's a really, really bad thing for us. Yeah, there you go. That's really bad for us because now every damage is mitigated by 1. All right, longevity, we could just hard put on the table. I'm okay hard putting longevity on the table because it does a bit of damage. We don't really have an incentive to score it out. I guess with FUT we don't. So I think we just do res Regolith, take 6. Keep clearinghouse resing. So in theory, if this was an Urtica, we'd still keep advancing it. So I think we just have to stick to the plan. So now we have money. I don't know if that was a good turn because we did not increase complexity. We probably should have increased complexity this turn. I think we should have installed the 3rd clearinghouse and put an advancement on it. I think maybe Jai was happy that we didn't have money, so now we do. This is usually not worth trashing, but I don't know. Jai doesn't know we have a Hansei in hand. I think that turn we really wanted to put another card on the table. Because Fuji on the table is hard for Jai to run. Yeah, I think we probably should have put this longevity. We should have done advance. Sorry, Rego and put the longevity. Because if Jai runs it, it's 2 damage. If we score it, it's 2 damage. Or sorry, 3 damage, right? 1+. Yeah. And on 2 credits and a Mystic, Jai is probably not ready to run this. Like, Pinhole is probably how we lose the FUT. Which, in an Onicom deck, you're expecting at least 2 Pinholes, I think. Yeah, I don't like that turn. Next turn, we can triple install 9? Yeah, next turn we can triple install. Keep doing the clearinghouse thing. The thing is, like, Jai knows that if ever he goes down to 4 cards in hand, if this was an oboe, we could score it. So it changes, like, what your opponent thinks each card is. Yeah, there you go. We're going to lose the FUT here. So we definitely could have put the longevity on the table because the FUT is putting on pressure. Oh, undo. Undo. Pinholing for 3. In theory, if you're ever going to pinhole, you should pinhole HQ. Just because there's 1 card in the game that cares if the runners run HQ or not. There's no card that cares about archives. But in theory, if you're going to pinhole and HQ is open, you should always do HQ. Okay, down to 1 credit. Okay. I do think we do Spin Doctor and Longevity in the remote server. Let's see what else we draw. Sericulture. This is better with the counter than Longevity. Longevity puts these back. They're not bad. New tech, yeah, it does matter. I've seen some matches where it matters. It's exactly for digital rights. If you're going to run any central, just run HQ. It turns out digital rights. Cataloger cares about R&D. Oh, yeah, you're right. If you have Cataloger. But if you don't know, if you know if you have Cataloger, you don't know if your opponent doesn't have Cataloger. I think we do Longevity... Anemone R&D. Also Xayah text. Yeah, for Xayah it matters, but Xayah, you know what you're doing. If it's like basically with no other text, just run HQ. I think we'll lose to R&D. End turn. I'm okay advancing this. The problem is next turn we'll have too many cards in hand, so we won't get PT. I think the write-up said to ice up HQ, but I'd rather ice up R&D here. I don't know why that wasn't trivia I had memorized. Excited for MTL Worlds, 3rd year in a row heading out 2024 in NPC, 2024 Con, 2026 Worlds. Let's go, Ken. That's sick. On that note, the last time we made Métropole Grid merch, we made these t-shirts, and it was in 2022 for Worlds. No, that's not right. No, that is right. That's the last time we made t-shirts. It was at Worlds for 2022. Because we're local in Montreal, I think it's a big chance we'll go a bit harder making some Métropole Grid merch. So probably t-shirts and some other stuff. We'll have some time, which means I have a whole year. If you're in the area and you want to pick up some Métropole Grid merch, instead of like having to send out things, which we probably will still consider, we'll have stuff here. So I think we Hansei the agenda that turn. That turn we could have Hansei the agenda to set up the PT. This could be 4 core damage if I die, I die. I mean, like, that's how you do it on JNet. It's like if you die, you die. It's not, it's clearinghouse. Please make grid merch. I want to confuse my friends. Will you make time for a meet and greet session? I mean, I want to say yes, but also like, I don't know what that is. Like, I feel really self-conscious even proposing that idea. I generally talk to everyone. I'm super excited, but I don't know if we need to make anything more formal than that. I'll try as much as possible to be at social places where like people can feel more comfortable and I don't look busy. But if that's something people want to do, it's just like, is that? I honestly don't know. I'm very approachable to the point that I don't think we need a meet and greet. Oh, we can longevity the sericulture, so we can get our advancement counter. The problem is that it doesn't really matter. I think we let this cook. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think we do Urtica clearinghouse. We advance one, we advance the other. I think we increase complexity. Boom. I know you're shy about it, but having dedicated time might help other people get their courage up. Can't confirm, have approached Audrey. Lucy, we approached in a really strange way where it's like we had a conversation. You were next to me. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's Lucy. 50-50. Sericulture. Okay. Jai rips it. The deck did say to ice HQ, and again, agendas will be there. So that makes this cards on the table maybe less likely to be an agenda. Maybe that's where we wanted an enemy. I don't know. I think he just wanted a good clean getaway there. Coalescence, okay. Jai's money is good. So we can do, again, with Onicom, all damage is -1. Can confirm Andre's approached me. So we'll advance these slowly. I'll advance one of these more than the other. This is a fine time to score the longevity, I think, because we have not much else going on and we get our advancement. So we'll score. We trash nothing. We'll shuffle all these back into the deck. They're all good. End turn. Now we'll go down to 2 credits, which actually is really important because if Jai wants to play around the 1 Cerebral needs 3 credits to fire. These cards don't need any credits to fire. Jai did run last time, so I think he's less likely to run, so we'll do the second clearinghouse. So far, we only have 2 damage on this board state, and scoring this doesn't really matter. Like, it might not have been worth it. Maybe Jai will target the Regolith here because our money is kind of bad. We actually can't throw into Res Ice. We're close to the legendary free Hansei. Yeah, maybe we should throw away the Regolith, but we can just install it and then Hansei for free. Because again, this is not a cost, it's an ability. So if you don't have a card, you can still play it. Yeah, Jai's checking. So this is maybe where we should advance the Urtica, because this is the turn where checking is a bit safer, because the Cerebral, we don't have 3. I haven't been playing around Lat, but going down to 2 cards is really good. But yeah, maybe we should advance the Urtica. Because this is the turn that you do check. Yeah, maybe we should have thought about that more. I just thought Jai checked the last one, so wouldn't check this one. That's sometimes what happens. But again, I don't know Jai's play patterns when it comes to traps. I think it was Rego Advance 9. I think I didn't consider how much money we don't have. And I think also just having 4 credits to threaten snare or bite is very appropriate. So there's a chance this Regolith was the turn and we didn't have to score out. We could have slow rolled it. Nice. 3 damage. We hit Coal, Pinhole, Cup. Those are good hits. No reason to trash the Urtica. We don't have Holloman or anything. But Onicum fired. So now Jai might be thinking this is the play because this was a trap. Which maybe rightfully so. With Charlotte's in the deck, you're technically still threatening Cerebral in theory. Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah. And Moon Pools also can make this really scary. Yeah, you're right. Charlotte's real. Ah, damn. Okay. Second clear house going down. Nice. All right. Urtica. I don't want to ice up the Urtica. Rip Tricolite. Cerebral's 4. Cerebral's 3. Bite is 4. Cerebral is 3 credits to fire. So we want to install on top of this just to get into the bin so we can shuffle it back. So there's no reason to keep this around. So yeah, bite is 4. That's the big break point that matters. But Cerebral is 3. The old Urtica back in the day used to be 1. And then the old, I think the old tag one used to be 2. Hit Rego, install. Yeah, I think so. I'm just questioning what we put behind the Samuk. It's probably the Urtica. Sorry, it's probably the Regolith because I don't think Jai's going to challenge this soon. Jai in theory could, because like breaks the Samuk. I miss Tricolite. I mean, you got Seamless Launch. Hansei the other Rego. I like complicating the table. So I think we just do 2 on the table. We'll do this onto server 6, trashing it, and then just do this on the table. We'll get an advancement on it. That keeps us at 4. Why are we trashing this card? Is so that we can spin it back with Spin Doctor. Otherwise, it just stays on the table, has no impact on the game. All right, Onicum's fired this turn. I really wish JNet had a box for any card that has a once per turn ability, whether it's fired this turn. I know they're changing some text on some cards. Like there's now a woo text when a card's been wooed out. It says woo on it, which is awesome. I want that same sort of text for other stuff. All right, so Jai will check a table bite, which is nice. Regolith going down for 3. Remember when I was a new player into Tricolite P, it was a jump scare every time. I got into this game by playing Traps P, Mushin P. I don't like it right now. That might be clear, but yeah, that was a big way that I got into the game and allowed me to take wins off of players that I thought were much better than me at the time. And they were. All right, just checking everything. I mean, there's only 1 Cerebral, so why the heck not? All right, we hit SMC Unity into the depths. Not trashing it. Yeah, unless it's the 1 Cerebral, Jai can run everything. Maybe. I mean, I can't do anything. Yeah, we're getting a loud draw. Miss Tricolite, hope a similar effect will come into the next set. I don't, because I don't like Tricolite as a way to enable like ice. Okay, that's cool. The problem is now we can't Hansei. We also can't even Regolith. So if we do credit Bladderwort Hansei, we go up to 10. We get the events may go to 9. It's mandatory to call it all caps for loud draw. I think we just install this, click for credit, click for credit. I guess we draw once. This doesn't do anything. Server 1. This is the ugly thing, is like this deck doesn't love mitosis because it has 3 cards in hand usually. Like how do you mitosis when you have 3 cards in hand? Draw server 1 Rego. I don't think we Rego because we Rego we can't Bladderwort. I think we draw server 1 credit. Because we Rego we go down to 6. And we can't play use Bladderwort. Like I think we just click for a credit. Oh, actually clicking for credit's bad too, because then we go down to 4. Oh, then that works. It's 4 or less, right? 4 or less, yeah. Oh, we don't advance the Urtica because he knows. Never mind. Oh, no. Oh, I messed it up. I forgot we had to advance. Sorry. Too late. Yeah. You don't credit, you draw? Yeah, then we should have drawn first because I forgot that there's no reason to advance this. This is a bad bladder word. We totally messed it up there. We can advance the Urtica? We should have. I was like, there's no reason to, but yeah, so the bladder word fires. It was totally wrong. Echelon, okay. You good. Yeah, that was bad. That was a bad turn. All right. We want to find another advanceable card and have more money, so we'll draw once. I mean, live by the sword, die by the sword, or whatever. This has to be new. Oh, it's a double. Shut up. Shut up. That was a solid turn. I think advancing it tips your hand. That's a blind dice tournament. I think it does. Yeah. This is still kind of confusing, but at least we didn't tell Jack exactly what it is. I'm not going to take any questions about that turn. Secret Urtica is not actually secret. I think we have limited clearing gases. Well, 2 Urticas are known. I guess we'll put the Urtica back in. So I have no idea how we're going to spend 14 credits to make this relevant. A turn was an Urt in motion. I mean, it was definitely something in motion. Technically, vomiting is motion, right? Most people aren't still when they vomit. It'd be really sad. Yeah, get your lat jaw. Okay, these are useless. I mean, I don't like mitosis. The thing is, like, you want to hold on to this card for obvious reasons. They're so wrong drawing for the next turn with the mitosis, IMO. I mean, I forgot I was a double. Like, I know it was wrong. I mean, I think we put this on HQ. The deck has 3 bites. We haven't seen one yet. I think we keep drawing, keep our hand full, and then we just put this on HQ. And then next turn we mitosis now in agenda and clearinghouse and say whatever. But like, yeah, we don't really have a game plan here. We're just hoping that we top deck well and that our opponent calls the wrong thing. 18 cards left though. We are grinder. I'd love to be able to get the counters, our credits down. Yeah, every turn we should advance the Urtica just to blow our credits. Like, no joke. Draw 3 times is fine. Yeah, draw 3 times to set up the clearinghouse next turn, or the mitosis next turn makes sense. Because like right now, PT's not doing anything. We'd love PT to like slow roll a thing. I think so much of this game is going to be about the cerebral. Also, being on 4 cards in hand is not great against lat. I mean, we res. We want to spend our money. There's propellers in the bin. We get through this twice. Coalescence leaves, no problem. We definitely don't let this fire because the clean getaway. And then this is a pretty big axis. Best case is hitting the mitosis. Worst case is the agenda because we have 3 pointers. And then the text on the agenda doesn't matter. Mitosis one time. Mitosis one time. Bladder word would also be the second best because we don't care about it. I think we're silent shipping for the copulation maybe here. Because you have the cheap run back. In theory, it's like risky against multiple bites. Yeah, we're doing it. So we might lose 2 points. Hit the mitosis, steal the mitosis. Ah! We wish that was a bladder word now. Come on. Let me have my fun. All right, so assuming we're sweeping. Sweeping last click is a bit scary because then you could risk like double bite. So I guess we're just holding on. Ooh, stone ship. Okay, we lose the game now. There's a stone ship on the table. Triple advancing the Urtica, then to 6 to put the clearinghouse question. Jai knows that this is an Urtica. Jai's touched it, and Jai just hasn't trashed it, which is correct. So there is no real play there. Stall advanced sericulture. Yeah, with the stone ship now, like I think he can run everything besides the cerebral. Like on a come stone ship, we just can't flatline anymore, so we have to like work on scoring, which means I think we just push this. Maybe you think this is an agenda because we're scared about the cup. I don't know. And mind you, as soon as you advance the card with PT, it has to be advanceable. We need a big deal or something? I don't know. I think we just need to hit a bite. Having money's bad for us. We need Trace. Give me Trace. Oh, I'm going to trash the Urtica. Sorry, I'll do that on top of the Urtica. Sorry. Maybe it's actually not right because that's a way to burn credits, but... Yeah, that was a known card from Jai. Hi, Diogene. We had one game that ended on turn 2 or turn 3. This is going to be like miserable. We have Stone Ship Anacom. Like, I don't think we have a game here. But like, Jai knows when to run and when to risk it. Like, you don't have to risk this turn. Okay, going for the compilation play. We're happy with that. All right, compilation. Hit a Regolith for 3. You could trash this to get cards out of hand. Yeah, Bladderword for 3. You could trash to get cards out of Clearinghouse for 3. You could trash that to get cards out of hand. Now, seeing the Clearinghouse makes you more likely to want to run this. Slow roll something, it's a fun tactic. Jai can just check it. There's only one card in the deck that Jai's not allowed to check, and it's a Cerebral Overrider. And it's a 1 in 49. So I think Jai should just check everything with Anacom, Stone Chip. Like, Jai's totally safe. There's no board state where Jai checking this loses the game. So Jai should check this. Yeah, there you go. Like, I don't think we had to play that turn. I think the read too is like when the compilation's down, like you probably want to flush the agenda out. At least there we made him sweat. No lat, got him. Five. We want to have bite credits, so I think we actually like click for credit here. Just so we can threaten bite. It might have been better not to get the PT credit and just click, because then this could, oh no, because we advanced it, he knows it can't be a bite. We don't res this, we just threaten bite. Cool. PT deck is poor, say it, and so hey, Vicetron, yeah, I know. Well, hey, we threw out an extra Regolith, like, that's on us. We emptied one Regolith, but we actually had too much money at some point. We stopped playing Econ. But like, it's a trap deck, the money doesn't really matter. 0 card in hand is bad because it doesn't threaten an enemy anymore. Oh yeah, but I think we'd rather have 4 credits because this was on the table for a while. I guess Jai's running, so it's not like Jai's gonna jack out. I mean, yeah, we also don't want to res because one of the big breakpoints is 3 credits for the Cerebral Overrider. And that's a big thing is like, you have to remember, as soon as we res a Clearinghouse, Jai can always pop Stone Chip. So like a single card on the table with double advancements can't win the game. The best this could be is an Obokata, which at least gets us to game point. And then Jai might have to worry that we have a fast advance play, which we don't really. Well, we kind of have a moon pool, but the deck doesn't have a lot of agendas to support it. This is sort of the deck that like wants Sting, but we can't have Sting because of Yuko. I mean, in theory, this is 5 damage. That's not enough. We need to hit about 8 damage in a single combo turn. So I don't know. We might just call throw the towel in on this one so we can do a quick draft. Playing House is a 7-point agenda. No, well, like Jai doesn't have to run this until it has 8 advancements on it, right? Like that's the big problem. We can res. Oh, we can't res the enemy. There's a window to pop Stone Chip before Clearinghouse is res before it's popped. Yeah, because resing is a paid ability. And so you have to, as soon as you do paid abilities before you get the start of the turn trigger, you have to pass priority back to your opponent. Because resing is a paid ability. Once you do all your paid abilities, your opponent can do paid abilities. If they do something, you can respond. Draw a card. I mean, next turn. You're right. I should have had a card there. I think you're cooked. Yeah, we're definitely cooked. Yeah. So you can always respond to it. So like we need to get this to 8 advancements. We probably should have advanced this more. Having 8 credits is okay. Having a card in hand is good. But on the turn that an enemy gets res and R&D, maybe this is scary. That can only work in person. I think knowing the deck list, which Jai doesn't, but also like it comes to your opening is really important. Obviously we're playing against tech too, so that's really hard. But Jai knows what Jai's doing, so it shouldn't be hard for cards on the table to be safe. Hit a ritual, that's a good hit. It did fire Onicum. Okay. We lose to an Obokata hit. We haven't seen a single bite. We're keeping bite credits. Might be a mitosis, but I don't love the mitosis top deck here. Should this deck have a complete image just to have like a chance? I mean, it's trashable. Nice. So R&D is now a single credit to check it. We can put on a second an enemy. That brings us to 4. We can do credit, we go down to 6, but this doesn't do anything without a card in hand. I think we still, no, we probably draw once here. Okay. So we can put this in R&D, just take a credit. We install this, we go down to 4, which is enough for both bite and what's it called, cerebral. Still again, when we res this, Jai can respond. We're getting Jai stressed. Issues like if Jai runs this, which is usually the corner you back people into, because people usually don't want to die to inaction. People usually want to die to action. So the clearing cows, okay, that's good. We can't res as an enemy, because if we res as an enemy, we don't have the credits for this. So we're hoping that Jai hits a bite at some bad time, but still, this is going to be dicey. We're not going to res this, because we need to always have 3 credits to pretend this is an overwriter. The thing is, like, if a bite gets hit, Jai can clear the clearinghouse, and then we probably get cooked. So we just need to survive this. We don't have a virus, so we have to actually purge. That's another enemy. You triple advance clearinghouse Gamba. I think we need more credits, because I think we have to res the enemy and have 3 credits. Like, I think the best thing we could do is actually top deck a Hansei, because we need to have enough money to res an enemy, to fire clearinghouse, to fire cerebral. But this does 5 damage. Lat Onicum has more than 5 cards. Yeah, yeah, you know it. So again, doesn't have to run this just yet. So I think we just click for 3, because that leaves us with 7, which is a good break point. Jai's not going to go hard with Conduit. Jai's probably going to make 1 run every turn. But if Jai hits a 5-3, which we have 4 in our 26 card deck, Jai just wins on the spot. So we need a bite to show up sooner than anything. And then we need a fire bite, but also firing clearinghouse, which we're actually short a credit, at least if this was a cerebral. So Jai can tank a bite and then run the clearinghouse. So maybe the advancing this was wrong. Maybe we should have gone to 7, because the only way we win is clearinghouse into the thing. Yeah, I think we shouldn't have advanced. I think we should have just gone to 5. Gone to 7. 2 new cards. Trashing a spin, okay. So that's important. So if you go back, you see 2 more new cards. Yeah, being on 7 was actually really important there. The 5th advancement or 6th advancement doesn't matter that much. Archives check, respect. It's clean. This Urtica is known. The Samuk was thrown out to an enemy. So if we click for 3 next turn, this will be at 6. We'll have an enemy into bite. There's 3 bites. Yeah, we haven't seen one at all. Bite would be impactful. But the problem is if we fire a bite, we go down to 2, and 2 means you can check this, unless you're worried that's an Urtica. We've seen 1 Urtica. So yeah, Urtica is actually important here. So we always could go down to cheaper. 1 was unknown. Yeah, maybe. I think maybe you had it. It was from Anemone. Yeah, maybe one of those cards was known. All right. Jai sweating a bit. That's good. Moon Knight has lost focus. I can zoom in a bit. Excuse me. We're pretty zoomed out. We don't have to be like that. I get annoyed when people are zoomed out. All right, so this is a known card. It's a FUT. Okay, FUT doesn't really matter here. Obokata wins the game. So we click to 6, 7, 8. So we need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I don't think we advance this. I think we just go on 9. So we do 4, 5, 6, 7, and then just do a clearinghouse gamble here. We advance this, we go down to 8, which is 3, 4, 7, leaves us with 2. I think it's 1 too many. Like the 6th advancement on this might not actually matter. Jai, Jake, Mark, or Steven? Oh, those are the Moon Knights? I don't actually know the Moon Knights. Just keep smiling. Your opponent has to solve the game. You just have to sit here. Doesn't Clearinghouse just win here? No, we res the Clearinghouse, and then the paid ability window, Jai fires a Stone Chip. Yeah, very important. Resin cards is a paid ability. Anytime you do paid abilities, once you're done your paid ability window, your opponent gets to do paid abilities. Okay, so we res Clearinghouse, paid abilities happen. After that point, once everyone's past priority, then you can enter your start to turn trigger. So Jai can respond. FUT. All right, we locked out a DZMZ and a rigging up. Yeah, you have to resin show. It's not fast. So a bite here would be super impactful. We also can just lose. It's 3 in 24. 4 in 24 we lose. So 1 in 6 chance. The bite odds are not that much lower. But the thing is, like, if Jai hits a bite, Jai just runs the clearinghouse or goes for a conduit. Nothing. Nothing. All right. So we're at 6. We want to threaten 7. No bite. Hey, Chief, how's it going? We could purge, which stops seeing 1 new card. We could credit, put this to 7 advancements. Once on an 8 advancement, that's an issue. The issue is, like, if this gets run, we lose. So I think we triple credit and hope a bite shows up. I don't know. Like, all these cards in hand are known, so it's not like we're making a play. Eventually, the 3rd enemy will go there. Purge is good there. I don't know if Purge is actually that good there. Like, at that point, Jai just does nothing. Like, Jai just waits. And I think we'd rather have Jai be impatient. So the Purge lets Conduit see 1 new card next turn. This turn, right? Unless Jai wants to run a lot. And if Jai runs a lot, that I think overall is maybe one of the only ways we win. At this point now, if this is an Urtica, it does, what is it, 9 damage? Have you enjoyed clicking for creds all game? No, I don't have a lot of agency. I'm hoping our opponent messes up. But like now we're at the point where like Jai sees the top of R&D. Classically, that's how you beat these sort of trap decks. Like we're not Jinteki Personal Evolution. The top of the deck is totally safe, barring bite. And so if Jai just sees all the advanceable traps before they hit the table, we don't have text. Your deck begins, the rest is still unbidden. We really need a bite here. Jai's money's drying up as much as Simon Chip is +4. Mind games is agency. I mean, no, not really. This is not a mind game. This is like, we installed the card we drew. All right, so this sees, is it 2 new cards actually? Am I doing the math wrong? I think. No bite, no snare. So if Jai doesn't end with 5 cards in hand, Jai dies. Wait, what? No, we win. Oh no, that's 5 cards in hand. Counting is hard. So next turn is where it matters. So next turn we definitely purge. And then we just keep putting an advancement on this. Oh, we can't put an advancement with 2 cards in hand. No. This is way more important for this to be at 8. Oh, at 8, Jai actually has to interact with it. Oh man, I thought we were going to purge, but we drew the 4th card because PT text. Never mind. That was silly. We shouldn't have purged. We should have advanced it to 8 to force the game. Throw? No, it's fine. It's not a throw. Like Jai just clicks for 4 credits and we're in the same spot we've been at. The thing is like Jai doesn't have to run for a bit. Yeah, there you go. Like it's not a throw. And enemy brings us down to 6. We can trash an enemy. It's fine. Why do we purge? Because I thought we were going to win next turn, and that means it's harder to win off of R&D. So we need to get 2 cards at our hand. So it's an enemy on R&D drops us down to, well, we can drop it down to 7. But Credit puts us on 8. This puts us to 7. That's where we want to be, I think. Mitosis double Charlotte. Jai knows all these cards. We could Mitosis the Charlottes, but it's not that good. Like, we don't want to draw cards. Like, Jai knows every card in her hand. I don't think we trash the enemy. The credit tax is important. It is a bit important. Like, Jai's money is kind of interesting. Mitosis can install ice, yeah, but on a new server, so it doesn't really matter. It's good to keep in mind it can install ice. It just has to be new servers. There's no bite threat? Wait, we want a bite threat. Oh, you're right. This turn, there's no bite threat unless it goes hard. I mean, yeah, I guess. This is interesting. This makes things complicated. We'll click for credit. Enemy on R&D. So each of these we can crack. So we're at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I guess we do that. That seems fun. This also gets card out of hand for lat, which is good. So Jai should know all these cards unless Jai is like goofing it. But Jai does know a whole hand. So Jai should know that this is a FUT. Actually, not necessarily, because Mitosis can be any cards. But this turn, Jai has to run this or win off centrals. And the problem is because Jai's not winning off centrals, we'll probably run this. And then we lose the whole game. That's a wise no one says time to guess, asshole. I mean, that's the whole game. The thing is, like, yeah, unless we can build another threatening board state, running this clearinghouse doesn't actually matter. We actually want Jai to think we have Charlottes, because if Jai runs this thinking we don't have 3 credits, it will change whether he runs or no. In a way that this isn't double Charlotte. So yeah, so I think Jai runs the clearinghouse. Jai knows this is double Charlotte. I think Jai knows every card in hand. Can I draw 5 and run? This will do 8, 9, 10 damage. Yeah, I think Jai draws 5 and run and we lose the game. Unless it's Cerebral. If it's specifically Cerebral, Jai can't do draw 5 and run because he loses to Cerebral. But against Urtica, draw 5 and run would be the game. If it's Cerebral, he loses. So like, coin flip. Remember the crack second Charlotte on second axis? Second Charlotte on second axis? Sorry? Doing it. Put Cerebral in chat for the BM. Jai already did a long time ago. The thing is, when Jai accesses, we're going to res Charlotte. The thing is, like, we have to ask. Like, in theory, we should res Charlotte before he can jack out. It's in our best interest to not. Like, it's in our best interest to res Charlotte at the wrong window, and then we're beyond 5, and then we ask for access. That's the best. Like, we should actually do it wrong on purpose. Because as soon as Jai commits to access and we res the Charlotte, Jai can't choose to jack out. We want to let Jai have the ability to jack out. But with this many cards in hand, Jai's just going to run it. So I'm going to do this, which is wrong. Just so the Jai is allowed to jack out here. In theory, we could wait for Jai to commit and then force, but we want actually Jai to bail. Because now Jai is realizing, wait, this can be a Cerebral. So we're, this is legal. This is legal, but technically we're doing it wrong on purpose. So Jai has the ability to run away. If Jai says yes, then you can respond with the Charlotte and he's stuck. But yeah, we're doing it wrong on purpose. F it, we ball. I mean, sad, so sad. So access? We just need the consent. Okay. The fun is in the mind games. I mean, I'd rather have agency, but I'd rather play cockroach poker is all I'm saying. Yeah, we made a fake window there. I think it's legal. All right, now we lose the game. Cool. In person, so much better. I mean, in person, it would frustrate me. So how many cards are locked off the top? Oh, 4. We can actually grind him. Wait, now the bites grind him. Yeah, we did do the damage. Stoneship is out, yes, but like also 2 clearinghouses are out, 3 clearinghouses out, so like there's no reason for Jai to run the table anymore. Every Spin Doctor is out and 3 clearinghouses out. Jai has no reason to run the table, and I think knows the next 3 cards. I think we'll res this just to like push ourselves forward. Mandatory draw is not the real window. We'll do it. Okay, so doing a fake judge call and timing window to convince your opponent to jack out, is that against COC? It's might not be, but I'm not 100% sure. It might not be against COC. All right, so we still have 2 pointers in the deck, so the FUT is relevant. Jai has 12 credits and 9 cards left. You got a last spin? Nah, one removed from game 2 in the bin. We had no more spins. Longevity's out. We're cooked. We have no more recursion. These cards are kind of known. Advanced Charlotte in the server doesn't do much. We need to keep a card in hand because of Anemone. So I think we do Fut. Res Fut. Yeah, Bite is the only out that we have. And it's not very good. These should be Blood in the Waters, honestly. I don't know why these are not Blood in the Waters. That would be really good. PT's only unresed cards. Oh my god, PT, why? I'm not going to advance this because then we get a weird fork. I honestly don't think I know what I'm doing here. Abusing methods outside the game, such as judge calls, as very least unsporting conduct, whether it could be proven is another question. Yeah, I could see it's unsporting. Presumably they're scoreable with mitosis against conservative players, where Blood the Water isn't. Well, mitosis you can't score, right? Free Hansei. We need this card in hand. Free Hansei is cool, but we need this card in the hand because of the Anemone. So we can't actually do it. I think we're going to break lock this turn. Oh, we have a ghost joining. Okay. Whenever you say free Hansei, it sounds like a political movement. It's easy to score the next turn versus a 5-2. I mean, if they have low cards in hand, right? Like you push out the 5-2 onto the Fut. There's something to it. We're getting bombed there. Okay, Ghost is gone. Jai's drawing. Jai is drawing. 8 cards left. We're running this. If we res this, our money's not super important. Pressure Spike breaks this for 3. Every credit matters. You have to trash for 3. Okay, cool. Because Jai can't really play any economy operations, I don't think, anymore, as much as we played most of them. Oh, we're playing a spec work? We're drawing more cards? No, shot. Jai undoes click, plays creative instead. Okay. 6 cards left. Charlotte does Charlotte. It was the next card. Your bite money matters for the bite after the Nemi, though, right? It does, but we have the Charlotte coming in, and we have 6 credits on the bench. Holy crap! It was bite into next card is bite, I think. Last mitosis somewhere. I don't think it really matters, but yeah, we have 1 more mitosis. What's the archive face down? Does the moon pool matter to shuffle something back? The archive face down is a Fut that we threw to the Anemone, I think. Yeah, moon pool can shuffle anything down. So this leaves us on enough cards for... No, bite's not lethal. We have no more table damage. That's the worst thing. Is like we literally have no more way to do damage. Now again, 1/4 of the agendas in the deck, Jai wins off of them. But yeah, we don't have damage. Because you get mitosis a bite. I just don't think the advanceable cards matter. Like, because all the clearinghouses are out, there's nothing we can do proactively with advanceable cards. Unless we have a Fut. Right? Like, I think that's actually really important. Is that the only thing we can do is win off points, and the amount of work we have to do to win on points is really important. There's 3 bites. So Jai could hit a bite here, but if we Charlotte, we could do double Charlotte, but this is a single axis. In fact, yeah, it's a single axis. So we have no reason to get up to 7 credits. We likely lose on this axis. There's 2 bites in the deck. But there's just no card on the table that Jai has to run. All right, knows the next card. We'll see new cards anyways with Charlotte fires this turn, which is okay. Growing Fuji technically does something. Technically, but it doesn't really matter because Jai's on 4 points. Like, Urtica Fuji is the thing that Jai has to play around here. And maybe Cerebral to some extent. But again, there's 4 5/3s and 16 cards, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to lose sooner than later to Conduit. Did we lose Reapers? Holy shit. Holy crap. Table bite. Do we moonpool just to put clearinghouses back or put 2 spins? They have to be face down cards, so you can't. It has to be face down cards, so you can't just shuffle back whatever you want. Right? Like they're face up. So the only card we can shuffle back is his Fut. Yeah. The text on it is very important. Jai's checking everything. Jai's, I wouldn't say panicking, but Jai's literally checking everything. So Jai can trash us for 2. So if we want to crack the Charlotte to gain 3, we can crack the Charlotte to gain 3. Puts us on 6. I think we just do that. All right, down to 2 cards. So now it's just a bite. The whole game. We literally are grinder. We literally are grinder. The top card is known. Costs 3 to run. If Jai hits a bite before anything else, we win. Jai knows we have this. Oh, that's so bad. Why are we cracking the first Charlotte? Because it's unique. We can't res it. Overinstall bite, shuffle it back with Moonpool. It's like 100% the play. I think we have to get the Moonpool, the bite back into the deck. So I think we are going to overinstall this. Draw a card, install advance. I guess draw a card is interesting. Oh my god. We only need 4 credits to win the game. Technically, we need 7 because of Moonpool. Moonpool bite is 7, so we're short a credit here. I think we just don't do anything. Advancing this matters because of 1 more advancement. Punish for not trashing bite. Yeah, actually punish for not trashing bite. You're right. That is a punish. You're right. Hard punish. Because now it's face down. I think we can just click for 7 here so we can do Moonpool into bite. I don't think we're advancing this. I know that it would be lethal because 2 damage is deal withable, but I think Moonpool into bite is so much more important. I mean, we gotta do the play. It only puts 1 bite back in. That's okay. Again, there is 4 in 14 chance of Jai to win. Moonpool needs agendas? No, not really. This is where we should have asked for access. Oh my god, we got him. That's great. I've lost my mouse. There are so many points in there. Oh, the double shuffle back is so sick. We were grinder after all. Just straight grinder. 47-minute grind. I hate this so much. Me too. It's very attritional. It's like call the right thing or get attritioned. Like R&D is triple an enemy into bites. Just the worst. And look at the deck, right? Like we have Fuji, vulnerability. We got lucky that those didn't show up earlier. The Cerebral was unseen. As soon as Cerebral is seen, it kind of matters. But yeah, that was 1 too many damage. And it was bite in there. Reapers matter. This is going to the JNet wrapped so hard. It honestly might be. You said it. No. Thanks for the game. It's midnight. I don't think we have time for a quick draft, unfortunately. But yeah, definitely a bit of a grinder game. Oofa doofa. That was rough. All right. So it's functionally midnight. What time is it? Rip. I tried Jai. Good game. We did some cool kickflips to like kind of catch you off guard. Jai, I need to confess. I did a bad thing. I made a fake timing window for you. Where when you committed to access and I res Charlotte, in theory, I can wait for you to access and then pop Charlotte. I did it in the other order so that you would potentially jack out. At that point, you might as well access because you had 10 cards in hand. But yeah, I did the window wrong on purpose just to mess with you. This is what peak Montreal looks like. These people when you can recycle bite over and over. I mean, we only fired 2 bites, I think. Jai was technically punished. I think that actually is a real learning that Jai, I would never trash the bite on the table, but you were punished for not trashing the bite, which because it entered archives face down, which like actually was important. I don't have to preach it to you, Mr. Squeakers, but you see how cursed this is. All right, we're going to refresh to see if there's spoilers. Usually there's not. They show up at 8 a.m. in the morning. So tomorrow morning, if you're in my time zone, let alone if you're anywhere else in the world, maybe in the afternoon, check No Signal Games. I'm assuming we'll get our first spoilers tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to see spoilers of the weekend. Maybe we are, but that should be showing up soon. Yeah, Moonpool Bite was sick. It was really, really cool that we got both of them back in. I think it was a trick. What if I promise to play quick? I can't. It's midnight and I got to get to the office tomorrow. Forgot that I should trash it. Yeah, me too. Definitely me too. I think Urtica costs 2, so maybe not, but Bite you might as well, because I'm not playing it in reprisal text. Me and Odanuva are a well-known villain with Bite and AL. Yeah. I mean, like, This is the issues. Okay, so on one hand, the way that you tech for a tournament, you go to a competitive tournament, you tech for it. Okay. Then you go to a CTK in Montreal and the way you have to tech for it. It's like so perverse. You go to Montreal CTK, it's like, I guess I'm playing 2 Stone Chip and Airblades. Spoilers just a week away. I mean, it's like 6 hours away, I think. Community spoilers is a week away. I need to get on that. I haven't done anything yet. That's scary. Yeah, that's frightening. I didn't consider that. I want to say a huge thank you to a whole bunch of names here and more. These are the folks that support the Métropole Grid. We're on Patreon. We've been for a while, and the continued support from all these names here and more, and let alone new patrons, is so appreciated. It's been quiet around here. Like, I'm not gonna pretend it's not. Obviously, that's gonna change in as soon as 7 hours, and we'll be back. I'm looking to take some time off. I'm not 100% sure when. I'll let you know once I get that locked in the upcoming week when the set drops, so March 2nd. Not only are we going to be able to play here in person when the cards come out, shout out to NSG, making sure we're hooked up with stuff on the right date, on launch date, but also we'll be just hanging out and doing some more streams. So I'll let you know more about that schedule when it shows up. But yeah, thank you to all these names here and more. These are our Sure Gamble patrons. Also, a huge shout out to our Daily Cast patrons. If you want to support the Métropole Grid, so content like this exists, you can find a link below. Any amount of contributions are greatly appreciated. It keeps the stuff going. But also, if you just want to take a second to leave a like on the stream, that's also super appreciated. Talking about Montreal, not only are you going to be hearing more about Montreal this year because of Worlds 2026, which is obviously super hype, but our district championship, April 25th, save the date at the Silver Goblin. I'll have the ABR up hopefully by next week and the ticket page up so you can grab some tickets and get yourself there. I'm assuming we technically are limited at like 60 seats. I'd be surprised if 60 people are here for districts, but maybe the new set is so hype that you have to like, you know, go to everything you can. Thanks for the stream. Thanks so much for hanging out, y'all. It's always a pleasure. Always looking forward for Thursdays for sure. I got to get my head down and get to some video editing. That's for sure. We have some cards to talk about in the near future. And of course, as soon as I think tomorrow, check out again Asynchronous SC to watch, what's it called? To watch the daily cast, to get some conversation about the new cards. Cause obviously it's a very exciting time of the year. I think that's mostly it. If there's anything I forgot, again, a lot of stuff in the description. You can check that out. Again, they did update Quick Draft, but I didn't think we'd have a 42-minute game there. But that's mostly it. We'll catch you in the next one. Yeah. I'm so excited for Daily Cast. I'll be in the chat or I'll be watching in the VOD, which is awesome. See you next week. Yeah, Jai, see you next week. We'll catch you in that one. Take care, y'all. Have a good night. Enjoy your spoilers tomorrow.